We've seen a series of one-car accidents recently involving rollovers and serious injuries to passengers. I don't know if it's video games or what, but it's so unfair to, after something like this, to blame people in the backseat or say they deserved it. I don't like consoling these parents about what's happened, but I'll do it until it stops. Will you please stop? I'm Scott Hoy.
See me dancing on the stage that I built. Spotlight on me shining strong. Feel such happiness inside of my heart. And it's all right here in my song. See my crew dancing around me. Hear the audience's screams. Feel like I could jump right to the sky and just lose myself inside a dream. Lose myself inside a dream. I got all these songs inside of my head, just creations of my own. The rhythm and the song as I'm sleeping in my bed, it's got me dancing on my feet. See my crew dancing around me. Hear the audience's screams. Feel like this whole world I'd love to know is an elaborate dream. Lose myself inside a dream. Lose myself inside a dream. When I look at my reflection, well, it's all I want it to be. Feel like I could jump right to the sky and just lose myself inside a dream. Lose myself inside a dream. See me dancing on the stage that I built. Spotlight on me shining strong. Feel such happiness inside of my heart. And it's all right here.
I'm retarded?
Yeah, you might remember my song from 2010. This is my new joint. Goonin', I'm goonin'. My death is coming sooner. Pay $500 every day for OnlyFans. I can't wait until I drop the chair, my feet won't land. I'm goonin' in my goon cave. Yeah, I know that I'm a coon slave. I got 40 Twitter accounts and they're all porn. And my parents wish I was never born. Never born, never born. I eat American food, it's all corn. I think there's demons inside of it. Everything I watch, there's semen in that flick, yeah. Coolin', I just coom all day. Goonin', yeah, I'm a straight goon cave slave. It's like I'm shackled up in here. It's like I got something on my shaft and it's a disease. But I don't even touch no pussy. I don't know how I contract STDs. It must be that everything I'm touching is touching my nuts. When I get to shuffling, my forefinger flew. my skin stuff. Yeah, I watch some real stick stuff. Fuck sickos is what King Cobra told me. But my goon cave, it's never lonely, cause I'm gooning 24 hours a day. I just took another hit off that glass ice pipe, yeah. And I look at Ice Spice talking BWC all night like gooning in my goon cave. I'm a straight up goon and coon slave. Yeah, I don't leave my computer chair. It's got like 3 different liquids and a lot of hair. I don't know, cause I don't ever go anywhere that I could be seen. They see my chrome dome, it is glistening. Now I'm back in the goon cave, gooning all day, straight up 24/7 coon slave, no homo though.
Hey now, whoa, got the chat stall fucked up from the other night. Let's fix that. Oh man, we are on early. We are kind of on schedule today. Let's go ahead and just move that up to I think like that. I think that's the size. We'll go with that for right now. Oh, we're back to the grind. The Rumble is over. I think I got a couple things I got to pull up, but I think we'll go over some past numbers. Oh shit! Perfect timing. I just saw in the Discord, Bax Rebo's got the stats for the Rumble, so this will be great. Yep, it was literally the words are about to come out of my mouth. And that is wonderful, so I will pull those up. I believe I also have some past Rumbles. I think I may have bookmarked them, so we'll get into that. But yeah, we have quite a few things to cover today, to catch up on. We do have business that we need to take care of course. There's always a little bit of business, so we're going to take care of that. But yeah, now we're onward and upward. This is a new chapter indeed. Well, this is This is like the calm before the storm, because March is gonna be it's gonna. I mean, obviously there's a stream every day. There's a lot of streams, but there's some big ones in March. Not gonna require as much preparation, but this will be the calm before the storm. I can drop the past Rumble stats in Discord if you want me to. Yes, absolutely. That would actually help me out a ton, because I don't know if I had them bookmarked or where I had them. I know I looked at them not long ago, but yeah, if you got them, just drop them in there, and I'll open them all up in a little bit, and we'll cover that. Yeah, it would be great to kind of like look at all the stats and get through everything. So I greatly appreciate that, by the way. All right, so I got to do one other thing I forgot to do real quick. I got a bunch of stuff. I didn't realize like how many drinks we went through out of the fridge. I ran out of Red Bull. I'm needing a little pick-me-up. Today's been a long day, but I got a lot done. I even got on the treadmill for a while, but I was needing a Red Bull, and I don't have any cold ones. I just realized it, like, right as I was about to start up here. So bear with me. Just a second. Put a couple there. Yeah, look at this. It's all, well, you can't see it, but it's completely empty. Actually, I'll put one of these in the freezer for a minute. So it'll get chilled, so I can crack into that, because I gotta go to the gym later. And I gotta take out garbage. Okay. All right. It's like I don't know what to do with myself now that I don't have all this, like... Today I kind of was, like, walking through the day feeling like I had something I needed to get done. But I'm like, there isn't anything. I'm taking care of everything. I started, like, pacing around, like, what else is there I'm supposed to do? I'm not used to having an extra 3 hours or so a day. It's been 2 months of this. But it was well worth it. It went off great. I know I kind of talked a little bit about it last night. But I think overall the Rumble was quite the success, considering, you know, how much we covered. We covered a lot of matches. There was a lot of stuff that happened that was really cool. Even considering that last minute Hell in the Cell, and not realizing that it could go drastically wrong, and right as we were about to step in, it actually ended. I mean, that's the perfect timing in the best way. So there was just so many great things that were able to happen. All the struggle for the last couple months has come together. We had a flawless stream. Everything was just... I couldn't have been happier. I couldn't have been happier for the amount of work and effort that got put into it. So many people came in and checked it out on all channels. It is up on my channel right now. The VOD's still up on my YouTube channel. Well, it's obviously up here. But I will be taking it down and moving it to the 64-Bit Legends channel this week for posterity. Yeah, and I know that we got some podcast planning coming up. I think it's a big thing I want to start doing. Since we're streaming every day, we should probably mix it up a little bit. But today our big task, as always, is to look for that big thing, you know, that big looming subject, that big looming question. And we can get into that in just a second, but I got to take care of something real quick that I forgot to do so we can actually get things going. So just hang out with me for a second. Side note, I found a whole new, like, library of background music I wasn't even aware of. I didn't even know this was a thing. Well, I kind of knew it was a thing, but I didn't know it was such a thing. Let's see. Yes. No, let's make it that. Yeah. A couple things. I know the Super Bowl was yesterday. Super Bowl was a big deal. I did finally see the halftime show. It was good. I mean, it was good. It was what you would expect from a halftime show. It took me back. The amount of choreography and everything kind of took it back to like the 90s. Like, was it the early 90s with Michael Jackson? It was good in that way. I guess my only critique is it was definitely made for television, and not necessarily made for the stadium. Like, there was certain aspects, like if you're watching in the stadium, you're not going to see so much. But that's a side note. I got a soft spot for Compton. Kendrick gets love from me. No, I think they did a great job. Over the summer, during the Drake stuff, like I've heard a few of his albums over the years, but then I just did a deep dive. After I did the Eminem deep dive, I went through his most recent albums, and I like it. The problem is it's something that's got to sit with me for a while. So I've never really fully paid attention to him. Like, I have. I think the album Damn, I've heard that a handful of times years ago. And what is it? To Pimp a Butterfly. But I just never really focused on it, you know, and I want to really get into it, and it's not something that's as easily digestible. It kind of reminds me of like I put it up there with like an MF Doom or a who's the other guy, or like Deltron. You know, you gotta like, it's good to set, but there's a lot you gotta like parse through. You gotta think about. You gotta let it marinate inside you for a little bit, and I like that. But I just haven't done enough quite yet to get a good feel. But I thought there was a lot of people that was like complaining about it. I was like, stop, just stop. What is the complaint? It's a bunch of fucking idiots. I didn't even know who was playing until I showed up to the Super Bowl party, and I was already at like just after halftime. And I had no idea. If you were to say who was playing yesterday, if you were to like poll me, quiz me, I would have probably told you like the Bucks and the Steelers. That would have been my gut instinct, and I was completely wrong. So I'm a fan of certain songs, but I've never went deep into Kendrick's discography. Overall, a fan, just never looked deeper in his work. Yeah, you got it. Like, he sets up his albums like they almost feel like concept albums. Which I appreciate that idea, but that means you got to sit and you got to listen to it front to back to really get. I mean, he's got some songs. Obviously I've heard his hits, and they stand out on its own. But if you want to get the full effect, you got to sit through the whole album, and I just haven't done it enough over the years. It's one of my goals. It's going to be my new like, you know, gym music for a little while I'll dabble into, or especially when the weather gets nice if I'm working outside, that type of thing. I still got to listen to Snoop Dogg's latest album. I'm not a big Snoop Dogg fan, but it's really like a Dr. Dre album. You know, that's really what it is. That's the hook. It's a Dr. Dre. I mean, it even says, I was on Apple Music when I put it on my playlist. It even says Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Like, it's not, like, they're not hiding it. This is a Dr. Dre album that features a lot of Snoop Dogg and some other artists in between. And I want to listen to it because obviously Dr. Dre's pretty good. I will say, like, I heard a couple songs. I just skimmed through it. And it's good. The problem with Dr. Dre, in my opinion, is like, obviously the Chronic was good. 2001 was good. And then he didn't make anything. Like, he did songs here and there, you know, or he did like, he would work on like an album, you know, like Eminem's Relapse was 100% produced by Dr. Dre. Like, that, he usually doesn't do that, but and I think that's what gives that album just a little extra, if you like Eminem. But then when he did Compton, it was okay, but there was just too much. There's too many expectations. And when you have that many expectations, like the songs get a little too much. Like, you're getting away. Now you're making it a bigger project than it needs to be. And my complaint with the Compton album was there wasn't any like hits on it. There wasn't anything like Like, they don't need to be filled with hits. And I get maybe he wants to do a concept album, but it's just there wasn't anything that stood out. It kind of came and went. There's a lot of people that didn't even know it came out to this day. Like, I'll talk about it. What? He did another one? It's like, yeah. They think I'm referencing, like, the Aftermath album, which wasn't all that great. But no, this is a whole other thing. Compton had too many guest spots? Yes. It was just too much. He tried to put too much because he had to make a masterpiece. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. You have to make a bunch of shit. You know, he should have put out the Detox album years ago. Would it have been amazing? No. But then if he did Detox and then he did Compton, Compton would have been received better. But we hadn't heard from the guy in like 15 years. So, it's just too much. Dre would have been wise to ask us first. Yeah, he should have just talked to me. If he would have just talked, I would have said, Dre, sit down for a minute, okay? You gotta put out something. I know, because his hand was forced to put out the, if you remember, there was the song I Need a Doctor, and there was, what was the one he did with Snoop Dogg? Kush? Those were good songs at the time, because they leaked, and he was like, well, I'll put it out. But he didn't, and he was working on an album. Now, granted, if you listen to the Eminem leaks that happened, what was it, like a month ago? Something like that? There are songs in those leaks that would have been on Detox, and you even get the Eminem reference tracks where he's trying to sound like Dr. Dre, so Dr. Dre can like rap on it. High expectations and ring rust. Same reason some bands should not do a reunion tour. Yeah, it's just too many expectations. The expectations are way too high. Most of the time, it's just not worth it. You're kind of like tapping into. We've made fun of it before. There's that stupid song by Van Halen, Tattoo, where they finally got back together with David Lee Roth one last time. Wasn't that great? It was kind of like, I kind of remember it, but it's kind of cringy. Like, you probably just should have just let it be. You don't need to get back together. Just let it go. Let it go. Move on with your life. Don't stress out. Yeah, I think that if they would have just... I'm trying to think of another one. Is there any behind me? No. I know there's other bands out there that have like tried to get like a reunion thing. A Bloodhound Gang is supposed to come out with another album. They're good for an album once every 10 years. Literally. Like Hefty Fine was 2005. And then they didn't put out, I think the follow-up one was Hard Off in 2015. And now they're going to put out one in 2025. Van Halen is one of my dad's favorites, and when he heard Tattoo, he said, I think I like it better when my favorite bands die. Yeah, there's just something about it. Can we revisit it real quick? I'm just warming up right now. I'm trying to, because we're going to do a full night tonight, so I'm trying to get myself in the zone. We're a little early today, or earlier than we're used to. So, what are we doing here? Let's revisit Tattoo by Van Halen. I think there's a video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, where we cover this. But let's just, for shits and gigs, this was a big deal in, this is a re-upload. Did they take down the official video? Oh, they did. They did, because the song came out, like 13 years ago or something like that. 2012. Yeah, 13 years ago. And there was a video, and it looks like they took it down, and some guy re-uploaded it 2 years ago. How disappointing that is. That's unfortunate. This is, okay, I see what happened. Dan Hawk's coming in, swooping in, and modding up. I was like, I could have sworn I saw something come up there. So, all right, let's take a look at this real quick. Oh God, this video is so bad. Okay, but let's just look at it from the perspective of what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about it from the perspective of, this band. Everyone knows Van Halen. Let's do a compare and contrast real quick, okay? Let's do when you think Van Halen, what do you think of? You're not really thinking of Sammy Hagar. Granted, he's got some good songs. There's definitely some good songs. On Top of the World, as you can see, I've played it before. It's great. But nobody's really thinking of Sammy Hagar. That's like an afterthought. And you're like, oh, yeah, those are good too. But they're thinking of David Lee Roth. And when you're thinking about David Lee Roth, I'm ready for Adderall to win the Rumble. Mr. Ron Treats, bro, that was 2 days ago. What are you saying? What are you saying? That happened 2 days ago. We saw it. He got thrown out. He was like the second entry. He was literally number 2. And he got thrown out. We spent 6 hours covering it. You have to be trolling me right now. You better be trolling me. That is insane. That is an insane thing to say. I can't drive 55. That's a good one, but that's Sammy Hagar on his own. Anyway. Much love. I'd be lurking. No, Pain, I appreciate it. Lurk away. That's okay. That's okay. You can lurk. There's no shame in lurking. Nobody's going to be upset if you want to lurk. Lurk it up. Lurk it, jerk it, whatever you want to do. But anyway, so you think about like songs like Panama, right? Hot for Teacher. Okay, Panama's a good one. Let's just pull that one up just for comparison. Everybody knows this song, right? You didn't see part 2? Well, you gotta go watch the VOD then. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, you missed it. Right? Okay, so everybody knows that this is. They think Van Halen. They think this, right? Let's just get some. Right? Everybody thinks this. This is first thought. Okay, I think we've set the stage. Then you fast forward. What year did this come out? Probably late 70s? What year did this come out? 84? No, the album's called 84. What year did Panama come out? Song. What year was that? That was in... No, the album's 1984. What year did the fucking thing come out? It came out in 83. Okay, so I wasn't too far off. So in 83. So we fast forward, literally, we go to this song. We go to Tattoo. This came out in 2012. So that would have been 2003, would have been 20, almost 30 years later. 30 years after the fact, they get back together again. They're back, better than ever, right? And they're trying to cash in on that memory, on that nostalgia. And then they give us this. This was like every hair metal era video. They're always on stage. Yeah, because they're rocking. They got the power of rock behind them. That's what they do. So then you get to this. 29 years later, we'll say. They're back together. And they give us this. They bestow this gift upon us. They're back on a stage again. They don't do it in color, though, because they're older and they want to hide the age and the wrinkles. It's a smaller stage, and it's actually probably like in a small club somewhere. And you're like, okay, I can kind of remember this. This seems like it's filmed like a fucking college video project, but okay. You gotta hide the grays by turning everything gray. Yeah, exactly.
Elvis Charles, I got hookers on the back of my leg.
Yeah, yes. David Lee Roth can't get up on a what do they call that thing? A fucking God, God damn it. What do you call the thing where you pick them up? You can't pick them up by a crane and fucking fly them around and shit.
When I walk, sweeping cherry red, streaming electric green, purple mountains majesty, really talk to me, baby.
Oh, here it is. This was bad.
Tramp Snapchat, mouse wife to mom shell when the time it took to get that new tattoo.
All right, we're good. At that point, you're like, yeah, you know what? 30 years. It's been enough time. I think we're good now. I think we're good. Not as bad as the third singer nobody remembers, whose song was with them is featured in Lethal Weapon 4, while a man shoots up the city with a flamethrower for some reason. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was oh man, what was that guy's name? I remember that. Yeah, they tried to get it's like, nah, it ain't happening. Van Halen's dead. You can't just replace him again. You got lucky. You got lucky with Sammy Hagar. You're gonna strike gold again like that. Just wrap it up. Wrap it up or make peace with fucking one of your previous singers. It ain't working. Oh God. So anyway, a riser? Yeah, something like that. I don't know what the fuck that thing's called. I'm drawing a blank. My head's still a little bit like I'm not used to having to be on this early. We got in a habit of being on at like 11:30 at night, which is unhealthy, but anyway, that's why like after a while like yeah, you should probably just wrap it up. You know, or in the case in the subject of what started this thing, in the case of someone like Dr. Dre, you got to put out some shit. You got to get the, as somebody said, I forget who, the ring rust. You got to get the ring rust off you. Okay? Throw some shit out there just to kind of like get into practice. All right. So with that being said, we do have some business to take care of. There's two major things we got to get done today. And one of those is we're going to go through the stats of the Rumble. Teaser on that. Most eliminations was Prince Patrick. Most time in the ring was Brock Standiford. And the least time in the ring was Manwich. So that's interesting to look at. But we're going to look back at all the years and get a good like understanding. Max Rebo's done a great job of doing that. We're going to dig into that a little bit later. But first, we have to take care of some real business here, okay? There's a lot of stuff going on. Wait, the Rumble happened? Did Datterall win? Yeah, where you been? Where you been? I can't believe that. Like, what'd you think was going to happen? What'd you think? I'm sorry. I see these. He only saw the first Rumble, but not the second. It's like, what do you think, we're going to drag it out? No, it's the same night. I'm sorry, we're doing two. Oh, God. All right. So, anyway, we're trying to... What is that noise? Something is squeaking. Do you hear that? What is... It sounds like someone's fucking. What is that? Is it this? Oh, it's this rack that the board is on. Oh, now it's done. Okay, there we go. Got to do a redo? No, we're done. We're done for the year. That was enough. You call for a redo. So next year, maybe next year. We're not doing no more. Maybe you'll see him in a Mania or something. I don't know. But, yeah, so the big thing to talk about outside of Datterall not winning, we have to we ask ourselves this, because yesterday was a Super Bowl. There's a lot of people want to talk about commercials. A lot of people want to talk about this or that. But, you know, you have to ask yourself, what really is the big story of the day? What should we be talking about? You know, is it the fact that Trump's got tariffs on steel and aluminum? Is it because of should we be talking about the cyber attack on the Lee newspapers? I don't even know what that is. Should we be talking about it? Should we be talking about Israel and Hamas ceasefire deal? They're ceasing to fire. Should we talk about that? Hope not. What about South Korea's deep-seek data collection? That sounds ominous. Or maybe the casino mogul Win challenges a defamation law. That's kind of scary. I don't know. Should we be talking about that? We could talk about all those things. Or I can put it into your hands. You could go, say, to a website called melvintroy.com. There's a form there where you're able to go and input what you believe the number one story of the day is. And when it goes in there, and it goes on a wheel, and then we spin it. We spin it quite a few times with the sole goal of really trying to figure out what really is that number one So we got to find that. And don't you worry, we have it right here. Look, it's a wheel. It's been refreshed. A lot on here. A lot of people have a lot to say. So we're going to have to take a look and get through this. That's our goal. Every day this week. Well, at least today through Friday. We're going to get through this. I guess we'll start. First one. First up. Commercials were pretty lame this year, other than the Seal drinking Baja Blast, which was rad. Yeah, that was the only one I really saw. I really wasn't paying attention to him. I saw one with McConaughey. I don't know. I don't know even what he was advertising. McConaughey is just so, like, famous that it's like, oh, it's just, is he just selling more McConaughey? All right. Story number one. Metal. Well, maybe we are going to talk about those tariffs. That's quite a possibility. Let's take a look at what the real title is. Metal. Oh, this will be a quick one. Oh, let's pause that. Oh, this actually fits in line with what we're talking about. Actually, have we seen this before? We haven't. Maybe my memory's going. I've seen so many of these goddamn things. All right, let's go ahead and take this off here. All right, so let's see. Our first story number one is metal. It takes us over to Instagram, and we have a little thing here about. It looks like someone that's in a metal band, so very relevant for where we were just coming from. And let's just find out what's going on with said band. Oh, he's just straight up just puking. I don't know if that's part of the performance or he's proud of it. He thinks it tastes good. He's loving it. He's loving it to taste a second time as it came back up. Now he's ready to rock. That's the power of rock being just expelled from his soul. Like, have you ever wondered, like, what is it like when you gotta unleash the power of rock? Because he's rocking now. Yeah, there it is. That's all rock, baby. Yeah, rock it up. I bet that smells great with all the BO and sweat in that small or fucking venue. Just some more puke, just all that acidic, just somebody in the front row just getting a little bit of that. Like, oh, I bet that's great. I bet that's fantastic. What are these screenshots? We're going to go through all these. We're going to go through these in a bit. But, all right, well, there we go. That was quick. Very, very quick. Very quick story there about metal. So let's go back to the wheel, and we're going to remove that. And let's spin it up. Story number 2, coming up. You may be saying to yourself, that's not important. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about this guy in a metal band puking. Which, by the way, after watching that 2 or 3 times, it is starting to make me gag a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking at some of the titles on these things, and they're fucking... I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried. Okay, morbid facts. We always like a good morbid fact. A little factoid. Let's take a look at a morbid factoid. Or maybe there's more than one. Let's say this. And let's go ahead and click this. Okay, this is a little bit longer. Interestingly enough, these were both submitted on the same day. There we go. All right, so here's some random morbid facts. Compilation part 52. We're going to start at 52. We don't need to start at number 1. The fact Rumble was rigged. It wasn't rigged. I mean, it was there. You watched the whole thing. Oh, they're clips. I see what you got. It's got some clips. Okay, perfect. Max Rebo's doing some great work. All right, so what do we got is some morbid facts here. Let's see what we have. More grossness.
Part 483. In 1978, Sex Pistols bassist Sid Vicious and his girlfriend Nancy Spungen hosted a party in their New York City hotel room. The morning after which, Nancy was found dead in the bathroom with a single stab wound to her abdomen.
Oh, wow.
Despite being comatose on drugs the entire night and having zero recollection, Vicious admitted to the stabbing and was charged with her murder.
Really? I thought they both died.
He believed that Nancy was actually killed by a drug dealer who was attempting to rob the drugged-up couple, and that Vicious was totally incapable of harming her considering the state he was in. But the bass player ended up dying of a drug overdose while out on bail before he could stand trial, and the case was closed. In 1990...
Damn. I didn't know that. I thought they just both OD'd. I didn't know how... I don't know much of the story. Sid did not die here? No, yeah, apparently not. Is this wheel all punk and metal? I'm here for it. Maybe. That might be the theme. Sometimes a theme does emerge. Most of the time. Last time, not so much. But this time, maybe. It's really... Life does find a way. Life is magical that way, where it's able to say, hey, I know you're going to spin a wheel full of stories here, but we're going to put a theme together for you. Don't worry. Putting it in God's hands. It's not up to us. We all did the work. You submitted it. I review it. And the Lord organizes it for us. It's a holy trinity of sorts where you go through internet slop. All right, what's this next one?
1996, Maryland woman Sharon Lapaka was killed in a bizarre case of consensual homicide.
Consensual homicide. That's interesting. Not to be confused with non-consensual homicide where you don't want to be killed. This one is like, I would love to be killed by you.
She had emailed dozens of men asking them to torture and kill her for mutual sexual gratification before meeting a man named Robert Glass who would follow through with her request. One morning, Sharon left her husband a note saying she would never return and told him not to track down her killer. Glass ended up strangling her to death and was soon arrested after police found the emails and discovered Sharon's body on his...
You know what's crazy, though? So here's the thing. There's two ways to look at this story. This guy could have just been some guy that's just seeking a little extra fun. He comes across this, and he's like, you know what? She seems down with it. I've never done this. And if she's okay, legally this must be okay if she wants it. And he goes and he gets himself into trouble. He realizes he bit off more than he could chew, and he ends up getting arrested. He's like, no, wait. She said she wanted it. She said she wanted me to murder her. That's what she told me. And he's like a victim. That's one way to look at it. The second way to look at it is what we're looking at here is a possible serial killer, right? And he thought this was she's an easy mark. She wants to die. He's out there strangling hookers on a regular basis. He could have killed like 100 of them. And this is how he gets caught, by actually killing someone that wants to die. Which is kind of ironic, but now you don't feel so bad for him.
property. He admitted to fulfilling her torture fantasy, but also maintained that her death was an accident. Glass pled guilty and was sentenced to 3 to 5 years before dying of a heart attack while in prison.
Wow. He strangles a woman, only has to do 3 to 5 years, and then he dies before he can even get out. It's the best case scenario if you're going to murder someone. They want you to kill them. You get to kill them, whatever that satisfaction is. Then you get a light sentence. You're like, yeah, you're going to do it, but you got to do 3 to 5 years. He's like, okay. And then he dies before he can even get out. I mean, she was literally asking for it. She quite literally. That's insane. I feel bad for both of them. Is it terrible to feel bad for a murderer?
Morbid Facts, Part 279. After losing 125 pounds as a teenager,
Moral question: should murder still be illegal if they ask you to do it? That's my question. Yeah. Like, what was the loophole for Kevorkian? Like, Kevorkian didn't. Well, eventually he did, but for the most part, Kevorkian would provide them with the tools to commit suicide, but they would actually have to do it, and he would rig it. I'm trying to remember the movie, but he would rig it so they could just do something as simple as like pull a string, and it would begin the process where they could kill themselves, right? But I think he ended up overstepping at some point and actually assisting and that's how he ended up going to prison. Yeah, so I think that's the only way the pre-prison Kevorkian method is the closest I think you can get away with. Unless they've changed the laws since then.
Actor Josh Peck turned to drugs and alcohol as his new vices.
Really?
He recently revealed that he was high on a buffet of drugs, including cocaine and prescription pills, while filming seasons 3 and 4 of Drake and Josh.
That's how he lost the weight. I'm sorry. I was too busy thinking about Kevorkian. I was tuned out of this whole Josh Peck. It's hard to start talking about a murderer. Then you think about Kevorkian and you're like, hey, you want to talk about Josh Peck?
Part 279. After losing 125 pounds as a teenager, actor Josh Peck turned to drugs and alcohol as his new vices.
Now here's the question. Did the drugs and alcohol help him lose the weight? Because I'll be honest, they can assist. Drug abuse is great for weight loss. Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, did he pick up the drugs and alcohol after the fact? Or was it really the beginning? And it actually helped him. Because see, again, moral dilemma. He lost the weight, and from what I understand, has kept the weight off the rest of his life. And maybe the drugs and alcohol started as a good thing, where they were accomplishing the goal that he couldn't do on his own. But then he had to get off of it, right? Or did he lose the weight through humble means, and I'm sure this is the story you'd rather talk about, through just diet and exercise, and then in his newly more fit body began to consume drugs and alcohol? I don't know. That's a conspiracy. That's the Josh Peck conspiracy. People are talking about it. They've been talking about it for years. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, and you can lose weight off of it.
He recently revealed that he was high on a buffet of drugs, including cocaine and prescription pills, while filming seasons 3 and 4 of Drake and Josh.
You know, the other thing, though, is this guy could be making up all of these factoids, and I would just believe it at face value. Because of the way he's saying it, and he's got pictures and the music. I'm like, no, this makes sense. This could be just a total lie, and none of this happened. Drugs didn't help Farley lose weight? No, that's true. No, drugs don't help you. There was somebody I met not that long ago, probably within the last 5 years, who was severely overweight, but was popping Adderalls like they were fucking candy. Now, Adderall is an amphetamine, okay? It's a cousin to like meth. And it really does cut down on your cravings. I've been prescribed it. I've taken it before. I understand. You don't. Now, I will say this. My fucking hunger cravings when I would take it, this is another one of the many reasons I stopped, would come back like full force. Like I would want to eat an entire buffet once it wore off. But nevertheless, this dude was just on it. He was very, very overweight. He was popping them like crazy. He'd sit on his phone and gamble on fucking DraftKings or whatever. But he was like, he never lost the weight. And I was like, man, that would be the one side effect. If I was you, that would be the one side effect that I would like to have, is just, have me lose the weight. Amphetamine salts, baby, yeah. Well, I can confirm the Sid Vicious one. No, I understand, but I'm just saying, like, that's how dumb I am. Like, if this guy, it's a guy who's fucking using the TikTok green screen effect to put himself here, and we're reading it like it's like, no, this is good. This is the new age Walter Cronkite. This is the Walter Cronkite of 2025. This guy.
But Peck soon realized he developed a reputation in Hollywood for being unstable and erratic, and has been sober since 2008. Tara the elephant and Bella the dog had become close friends at a sanctuary in Tennessee. Sadly, one day Bella was attacked and killed by coyotes before Tara found her lifeless body and carried her a mile back to the barn where the nursing staff were. In 2016, a Brazilian bride...
Oh, we're moving on already. Okay, that was it. I didn't even get to mourn the dog. That's unfortunate.
Arranged for a helicopter to bring her to the wedding as a surprise for her fiancé. Sadly, the helicopter crashed on the way due to heavy fog, and this footage captured by her photographer shows her final moments alive. Her fiancé was waiting at the altar in front of 300 family and friends when he received the horrible news of her passing. Morbid.
That would be... And then, here's the thing. What would be the first thing, before he was given the news... Would he think, as he's waiting there, would he think first like, oh, she must have been in an accident? Or did he have to go through the emotions of like, oh, she left me at the altar. She doesn't want to be with me, until they figured it out. Like, they just figured like, no, she's a runaway bride. She left me. So now you get like 2 levels of heartbreak. Damn, I'm late. What's up, handsome bastard? Not a whole lot. We're just doing number 1 story right now. You didn't miss too much. We're on story number 2. So you just missed a guy puking. That was story number 1.
Good facts.
No mourning allowed. Only rapid fire content. I know. This is like, just fucking you can't even like digest it. You're like, oh man, the dog died. Oh wait, this lady died. Like, oh wait, this person.
Part 280. While filming All-American Girl in 1994, ABC executives criticized Margaret Cho's appearance and the roundness of her face, so she decided to temporarily starve herself, losing 30 pounds in 2 weeks.
That's impressive. I can lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, but then the next 10 usually takes me like 3 weeks to do. So she must have literally ate nothing.
This led to her being hospitalized for kidney failure
and
led to major health issues that continued for years after the show. While on death row, Ted Bundy reached out to Robert Keppel, the man who put him behind bars, to help catch the Green River Killer. Bundy offered crucial advice from a sociopath's perspective.
Oh, is this the inspiration for Red Dragon or Silence of the Lambs?
Ultimately helping to identify the killer as Gary Ridgway and bring him to justice. While at a friend's house in...
Well, you didn't even give me that part. That's the most important part. You can't say like, oh, here's a fact. Like, and then it's like, my first thought is like, oh, they made like books in a movie, multiple books and multiple movies about that very thing. And wait a minute, wasn't Ted Bundy? He didn't eat people. No, what did Ted Bundy do? He just raped and murdered, right? Who was the... Dahmer ate people. Dahmer was the... But yeah, is that the inspiration? Morbid Fat Guy, give me a little bit more. You're fucking running through these like you're on a marathon. Slow down.
In 2016, Delaware teen Cindy Redmond was talking on the phone at the dinner table when her friend's stepdad blasted an ear horn directly into her ear to make her hang up. This resulted...
What a fucking piece of shit, dude. That is... How fucking white trash piece of shit do you gotta be to do that to a child? I'm guessing she's deaf.
In a severe form of hyperacusis, which causes sounds to become amplified and extremely painful.
Oh wow! So it's like so it actually amplified her hearing to the point where it's painful. So it did the opposite effect. That's crazy.
Of hyperacusis, which causes sounds to become amplified and extremely painful. got so bad that she had to drop out of school because her teachers' voices sounded like a knife stabbing into her ear.
That's fucking crazy. Man, Dahmer liked people snacks? Okay, that's what I thought, yeah. So maybe that's what they did. Maybe Thomas Harris? Isn't he the guy who wrote Silence of the Lambs? Maybe he did a merger for Hannibal Lecter. Little Dahmer, little Bundy, Bundy just raped and murdered ladies. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, that's story number 2. We're going to do story number 3. But before we do that, we have to do a very quick intermission. Just give me one sec here. We have to... Actually, I got to do... Where's it at? I think it's this. Yep, I want this. And then I want to do a little bit of this. But if we're going to do that, what we got to do is... Can we not? Can we not? Can we not? Thank you. Can we not? And then we're going to do a little bit of that. And then... and where's it at? Where is it at? Ah, there it is. We're going to do this, and we're going to do... No, stop. We're going to do that, we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. So, all right, I'm going to take a quick intermission here because I have to take a pee, and then we're going to get to story number 3. Pee, and then number 3, okay? I got to take a number 1 before we can get to number 3. I think that makes sense, right? So I'm going to give you a little bit. The party still moves on, and I'm going to give you a little bit of what I like to call a dance party.
Click on that beam if you know what I mean. Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Got you feeling so serene. Grab up on that dick, then you stroke it to the tip. Your grip it starts to slip from that sticky gooey drip. Get you goonin'. Get you goonin'. Get you goonin'. Get you goonin'. Click on that beam, click on that beam. Click on that beam if you know what I mean. Click on that beam, click on that beam. Click on that beam if you know what I mean. Get you goonin'. Get you goonin'. Get you goonin'. Get you goonin'. Grab up on that dick. Grab up on that dick. Grab up on that dick. Then you stroke it to the tip. Grab up on that dick. Grab up on that dick. Grab up on that dick. Then you stroke it to the tip. Get you goonin'. Beam, if you know what I mean. Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Got you feeling so serene. Grab up on that dick, then you stroke it to the tip. Your grip is starts to
all right.
From that sticky gooey.
This track is dope. It is good. It's Goonie Goo Goo the Goon. It's a big hit. People love it. They can't get enough, and they want to dance to it, as you should. All right, so moving on. Let's go. You know what? Let's just keep the vibe going, though. And let's find story number 3. Let's get us back to that wheel.
Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Got you feeling so serene. Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Rub that head like Mr. Clean. Got you feeling so serene. Get you going. Get you going.
I think it's a banger, but I don't know how I feel about Goonie demanding I grab my dick and stroke it. You just gotta comply. Just don't think about it. Just comply. Don't overthink it. All right, Ill Mitch. Let's go check out what is Ill Mitch. Sounds pretty ill to me. Ill Mitch. Okay. Oh, I spelled it wrong. That's why I can't find it.
Grab up on that dick, then you stroke it to the tip. Your grip is starts to slip from that sticky gooey drip. Get you goonin'. Get
That's a banger. That's a banger. You can't deny it. All right, let's do that, and then we have Ill Mitch. It is it's just called Ill Mitch Episode 1, Allow Me to Unmug You. I don't know what this is about, but it's JOI with Goody. Yeah, he's just giving you some jerk-off instructions, that's all. What were the first two stories? It was a guy puking, and it was morbid facts, so... I'm sorry, Slit, that you got here late and you just want me to redo the entire first hour. You got to be here, okay? You don't get to walk into class. If you were in school, be it high school, college, whatever, and you showed up to class an hour late, and you're like, hey, can you just rerun the lecture again? Can you just please do me a solid and just run that back for me real quick? I'm sorry, Slit. You gotta be here. You gotta be here. Here comes the I guess. Your phone didn't alert you? I don't know what to tell you. There's so many different alerts. There's Twitch. There's Kick will send you alerts. If you turn alerts on in Kick, oh my God, I had to turn them off. I followed like 4 people. And they kept popping in and out today. It was the same 4 people. Well, not all 4 of them, but it was like my whole phone was covered in it. Yeah, Kick will send you emails, YouTube. Ring the bell on YouTube. We stream on YouTube as well. Twitter. There's so many ways. There's no excuse. Discord. Come on. You get no alerts for Kick probably because you don't have turned on. Because I got a shit ton. I got a shit ton today. So, a Discord alert. Yeah, there's a channel in my Discord for promotion. Every time I post something, it goes there. And if 64-Bit Legends posts there, it goes there. If there's a Creep Team, it posts there. There's a channel for each one of them. It'll ding you. There's so many options. To sit there and be like, I don't have any alerts. Bro, you have more alerts than you probably ever need. You muted that? Well, that's your... Hey. Sorry. Don't know what to tell you. Yeah, see, that's how Jim knows. So, Slit, you have the tools. That's like saying, hey... I don't know. I can't build this birdhouse. And I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, you got all the tools. You got the wood, you got the glue, you got the nails, you got the hammer, you got a saw. Yeah, but I don't want to use any of those. I always want to. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you're not building a birdhouse then. You got the tools. Anyway. Ill Mitch, Episode 1, Story number 3. Let's go. Allow me to unmug you. He's a goon slave. Yeah, you're just too busy gooning over there. That's a problem. You got everything on silent mode because you don't want your goon sesh interrupted. All right, anyway, let's get through this. What the fuck is this? illmitch.com.
I'm Ill Mitch.
Oh, wow. This is from like 17 years ago. Wow. This video is so old it can almost vote.
This is my show. I'm telling you things that you want to know. I'm Ill Mitch. I got the
My goon cave is crunchy. God.
To say. Listen to my words after you push play. I'm Ill Mitch. I'm Ill Mitch. I'm Ill Mitch. Action.
Hello, this is Ill Mitch. I have to talk to a certain fan out there. In fact, I hope she is still a fan. I have confession.
A video suffering from bit rot? Yeah, I know. This is back when it was, 360p? 240p. Wow, that's as high as it gets. It's 240p.
Here's a situation. Imagine this. Sunny day.
I mean, 17 years ago, that would put us at 2008? Yeah, all right.
City sidewalk. You were walking down street, minding on business. Here comes Ill Mitch. Hi, I am Ill Mitch. Well, Ill Mitch thought of joke. I think of joke all the time. I am one of those people. So you were walking down street. You had a purse, and I decided to steal it. I decided to play a part of mugger. It was funny. It was a funny joke. It got out of hand. Do you own this purse? If so, you may have it back. I'm sorry for stealing it. If you are seeing this, then please contact Ilmitch through website ilmitch.com. I was the one who stole it. Do you remember me? I was wearing this jersey. Have Arabic sun. I was wearing gloves for no fingerprints. If you notice, I still have gloves. No fingerprints. You might have remembered I was wearing these opticals. Is that familiar? If so, it was a joke. Please forgive. You may have purse back. Of course. It is not my purse. It is your purse. I will return purse with contents not intact. They are gone. I am sorry. I put them on the ground. Possibly in sewer. I do not remember. The Ilmitch will return purse with copies of my CD. First copy, Punch Wild Rap. Second copy, I can't read it.
Are those real CD? Oh, I don't know Ilmitch. Ilmitch.com. I mean, this is official channel. This is a very esoteric old video. It's only got, after 17 years, only has like 44,000 views. His second episode only has 21,000. This is such a strange pull. Whoever sent this in, this is like, it's so fucking like, to pull something this old that didn't have that much heat behind it.
Please forgive. Contact me. You did not hear punchline. I was going to steal purse, hold it in front of you, dangle it, and make a joke, and then I was hit it back and say,
yeah, this does seem stinkerish. I don't believe it is though, but it does seem like. But it's like, even Uncle Stinker usually gets like low viewed stuff, but it's like new. You know, it's like breaking news. So he's on that algorithm where he gets all like the weird shit as soon as it happens. Not a 17-year-old video. Damn, Noel Gallagher really fell off. You know what? I was thinking in my head, I was like, who does he remind me of? That's it, exactly. Stupid. It had to have been Stinker. No, I don't believe it is. I have to double check, but I don't remember. I don't think it is. It was somebody else. My bet is there wasn't more than 10 episodes of Ilmitch. I don't even want to know. Yeah, this is such a deep cut. This is deep internet cut. I've never heard of this. And by the way, back in 2008, I was a YouTube fiend. I was on YouTube like crazy. I was watching everything. I was watching fucking Philip DeFranco. I was hate watching him. I was hate watching Philip DeFranco back in 2008. Shay Carl, remember that guy? Fucking there was I can't think of his head. He wore a beanie all the time. Not H3, but the what the fuck? There's a lot of like esoteric ones that are like gone now. You can't even find it. But not this.
Please visit the website ilmitch.com.
I try to forget Shay Carl. Shay Carl was interesting for a while. He was the first big vlogger to do it every day. You know, that was his goal. He set out a goal and he made it into a career. It was interesting. I watched his daily vlogs for like mostly like the first year, right? And he ended up like, because he was just a guy with a bunch of kids that did like sheetrock or something. I forget. He did countertops or something like that. Like just some blue collar shit. And he ended up, YouTube didn't pay any money, but he kept doing it. And then he ended up getting like a radio show on some local station. And then eventually he ended up making millions and millions of dollars. Like it was an interesting thing to watch early on. And then all of a sudden he's over there. He's supposed to be the family, and he's a Mormon. They were like hardcore Mormon, his family. And then he got busted because he was sexting some, well, it would have been the equivalent of an OnlyFans person now. It was just some girl, some porn girl years ago. But and was saying all kinds of crazy shit. And then he just was done. Did you watch Epic Mealtime? I remember watching some of it. I didn't follow it, but I would watch a little Epic Mealtime. Yeah, that was huge for a few years, but the dude never gave it up. Yeah, he kind of just kept it going. It's like when you go to like a TikTok account and they just do the same thing over and over and over. It's like they have a pop of one thing, but they never evolve past it. And you have to kind of like change it up. You know, that's the trick. Casey Neistat still vlogging? I don't think so. But I used to watch his back when he was doing it every day, back in like 2015. His vlogs weren't that interesting, but I would watch him at work, and they were very well done. So I would watch it more on the technical aspect, and because I had at the time I had a bunch of money to burn, and that was my goal because I worked in the city, and I was gonna buy one of those boosted boards, and then I got all the way up to buying a drone. And I was like, I want to do that. And I'm in the city already, and I could do it. And if I get one of these boards, it'll be way easier than walking. And then I filmed myself one day to test it out. And this is when I was really fat. And I was like, I am way too fat. That was like there was like 3 things that like made me realize I was overweight. And that was one of them. And I was like, I don't want to film myself looking this fat. This is too much. And so I put that whole project on hold forever. I just never did it. Is it mean, or does Ill Mitch look like a modern day Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers? A little bit of that, a little bit of Noel Gallagher. Oh, we got to finish this. There's like another minute left. I'm sorry. Could have been a fat guy streamer. I could have been. There's an old video. I think I've showed it before. There was an old video of me doing like some early streams, probably like in 2017, 16, something like that. There was like fat me, and then it was like I did a few streams like that, and it was and then I just didn't like I just didn't like the way I looked. I was like, I cannot look at myself. And then I lost the weight, and then I tried it again for a little bit, and then I took a break, and then I didn't do it again until 2020. Did you ever watch SourceFed? SourceFed, isn't that the was that the Philip DeFranco project? Didn't he own that or something like that? I've seen a little bit of that. No, my stuff was, man, I'm trying to remember. I might have actually. You know what? I might have my old YouTube account. Hold on. Let's finish Ill Mitch first. Let's finish this Ill Mitch. Let's finish this. Oh, that was it. Okay. I like the production though. This is some good for 2008. This is some good quality production, or whatever this was, 17 years ago. Very like Adult Swim of the time. Just the content literally wasn't there. It was a very like weak script there. Gonna start a revolution from my bed with a Russian accent. Yeah, I think there was an old YouTube account. Hold on a sec. We might be able to do something here. We're gonna get to story number 4 is coming up, but real quick, I might be able to tell you who I used to follow. Because the YouTube account I use now is not the one I used to have. I believe it was this one. Was it this one? What are my subscriptions on this? Why am I just getting YouTube original? Wait, did I not subscribe to anything on this channel? Oh, okay. Maybe I picked the wrong one. Hold on. Let's see. Was it this? Which one was it? View all channels. Yeah, where are we at? Oh, I know what it was. It was the one with the Hotmail account that I had. That was a pain in the ass to get that one back. Do I still have it? Let's see. Oh, I do. I still got it's already pre-logged in. Yeah, text me. Hold on. I'll tell you because this was back when I had a Hotmail. I had to make a YouTube account with Hotmail. Then I ended up moving everything over to Gmail and okay, don't share the code. Oh, I see. It is That's it. That's a short code. Simplify your... Yeah, whatever.
Ooh,
welcome.
That's how it always starts. The
Welcome,
player is
welcome.
running and screaming.
Captain Fizzleby, thank you for the raid. We are doing number 1 story right now. We are moving on to story number 3. Or story number 4, thank you. And by the way, Captain Fizzleby, thank you for resubscribing for 30 months. That is a lot of months, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Coming in with a raid and a subscription, that is amazing. We just watched a 17-year-old YouTube video. So it's a YouTube video from 17 years ago, and the subject came up of like, what were the channels that I followed back in the day? And I lost some of them. But this is an example. So I had to log into this old account. You can see from... Oh, you can't. The camera's blocking it. But these are what was left. Now, I think I kind of cut some of these out. I don't know what JJ Discussions is. But apparently I followed this channel. I've subscribed to it. He hasn't posted anything in 7 years. I don't know who this is. And I don't know why I'm subscribed to this guy. This is an old account. Stevie... Bobby. I don't know who this is. Apparently I was subscribed to her. Oh, I remember this girl. She used to do like... she would review like Android phones. Now she does... What does an orphan look like? Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's a big number 30. Thank you so much. Repzion. This guy would... Oh, this was when I was in my arc of following. This was in peak, like, Onision drama before Chris Hansen got involved. This is, like, way back. This is, like, 2010. I probably stopped using this account probably 2010, 2011. But this Repzion guy would talk about Onision. Well, what does an orphan look like? I don't know. I don't got the time to look into it. Oh, The Amazing Atheist. I followed The Amazing Atheist. I didn't really like him, but I kind of hate-watched him back in the day. Yeah, Repzion would just talk about Onision every time. Does he still talk about Onision every day? No, he's moved on. Okay. No, he's still talking about Onision. 15 years later, he's still doing it. He's still talking about Onision 15 years later. Wow, way to go. He's still trying to sue Repzion. And he's still getting a lot of views. He's got 225,000 views 4 months ago talking about Onision. Why is this still going on? Why? Let's see, what else? Opie Radio, obviously this was when Opie and Anthony was still on the air, so this was a good channel. I don't know what UndoTube is. I'm assuming some of these channels I don't recall were probably channels that were sold off to other companies. So like UndoTube, I don't know what this is. It was probably some other... Oh, I remember this guy. Brandon Hardesty. This guy, I would watch... He would do the... Some people can't let it go, yeah. This guy, I used to follow him. I haven't followed his channel in forever. Undoing YouTube one video at a time. I don't know what this is now. But he would do these... he would do a lot of like acting. Yeah, these ones. He would do like scenes. He would recreate scenes from movies. But it was more like showing... Because he was in school to be an actor. And he would do a pretty good job of doing it. And it was very... 16 years ago. It's kind of wholesome stuff. Didn't Onision show up to court in a bulletproof vest? Yes, I do remember that. But this guy's early stuff... And he actually ended up booking acting jobs in like Hollywood films from his channel, just recreating scenes from movies. I remember this guy. I don't know whatever became of him. Yeah, he was in a movie with... William H. Macy. He did some other movies. Then I kind of dropped off. I have to follow this guy. Does it say how many total subscriptions you have? Yeah, it has... Oh, no, it doesn't tell me. It doesn't give me a total count. And again, some of these may be not accurate because like Household Hacker, I don't know what this is. I'm assuming this is a channel that got sold or rebranded. Yeah, I don't know. I would have not followed this, so I'm assuming this channel belonged to someone else and was sold. This was another guy, this Max Koch. He was another like guy that would do like acting stuff and impressions. And I was fascinated by people who could do impressions and stuff. You don't want to learn how to fix your toilet? No, I'm good on that. I just actually fixed my toilet today. Anthony Cumia, obviously this was back when Opie and Anthony were still a thing. Does his channel still exists, right? No, he hasn't uploaded in 5 years. Or a year ago. Okay, so this is kind of dead too. Maxi the Man? Who is this? This is a music channel. I don't know. Ill Will Press, Psychopathic Records, obviously. Wheezy Waiter. I remember Wheezy Waiter. He's got like 1 million subscribers now. He would do like little like... He would basically just read Wikipedia in a creative way. Because he still does stuff. Film Cow. Was this the llama thing? Charlie the Unicorn. Okay, I remember this. The food reviewer. I remember him from fucking Tosh.0. That's the food reviewer today. Wow. The Rizabelle. What is the Rizabelle? I don't remember this channel. Who the fuck is this? This had to have been bought by somebody because I don't know who this is. Who the fuck is this? No, they've got stuff that's like 13 years ago. Who the fuck is this girl? I don't remember. Dubs and Tracks, Eastside Dave, that was Rana Fez. Oh yeah, this Peter Coffin guy. I hate watched him. And then me and a friend like invaded his forum and trolled him. The wheel has fallen off and rolled away. We don't want. So I know we've gotten really far off track. I'm sorry. It just you set me down a rabbit hole. JP makes videos. Hold on. Let me just take a look at a few more of these. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Somebody asked, I forget even who asked me, but somebody asked like what were some of the channels I used to follow. So now I'm on a tangent. Onision, Philip DeFranco, Needle Drop, yeah. TJ Does Live, that's a Amazing Atheist, back when that guy was like relevant. Who's this? Is this someone I know? Could be someone I know. I don't know. Someone I went to school with? I don't remember. Anyway, all right. Interestingly enough, that's something. All right, let's get back to number one story. He didn't Troy-Con drift. He wouldn't be Melvin. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, let's get back. Let's get focused here. Let's get back to work. Because these are my new subscriptions, okay? Chud Logic, Destiny, Snowplow Show, Liquids, Red Letter Media, 64-Bit Legend, Too Lazy to Try. This is the modern day YouTube subscriptions. Flesh Simulator, Fish Tank, Cyber Shell. Okay, this is what I subscribe to now. Anyway, I'm sorry to announce that you may never see the Australian again, for I might commit a crime. Say goodnight, sweet prince. Wait, what happened? There's a man at my door who's been stalking me online. Do you know who it is? It's Chris Hansen. That was a great... I know. For Onisia, that was an insane moment. All right, so let's go back to... we got to get back to the wheel. We just watched Ill Mitch. That was story number 3. We are moving on to story number 4. Thank you for your patience. It's the best 911 call of all time. Yeah, it was him and fucking Mike Morse from Michigan, the local attorney here. So when I saw it, was like, Mike Morse? Mike Wins? The guy on the billboards around here? Why the fuck's he getting involved? Why is this guy, of all people? That's like call Sam Bernstein. Again, that's another local fucking attorney. Feiger. You might know Feiger. He represented Kevorkian. Mitch was so fucking boring, we had to go look at your subscriptions 15 years ago. Yeah, that's exactly... Did Melvin anamorph into a bear? Okay. It's an interesting subject. Let's find out. Let's find out if I anamorphed into a bear. Interesting subject. This is for story number 4. Let's go ahead and just take that off the list. Okay, well, the real title is not Did I Anamorph into a Bear? The real title is Florida Man, he's back, attacked by bear while trying to save his dog. Okay, that's the real title, okay?
So caught on camera, a man survives a bear attack. Now, this attack only lasted a few seconds, but the man suffered some serious injuries.
He had just let his dogs out when he ran into the bear. Now, this happened near 14th Street in Orange City. The man survived, and Fox 35's
I was wondering where that's at. That's Bear Attack. That's Bear Attack City. Well, you kind of know. When you go to Bear Attack City in Florida, you kind of know what to expect. Okay, you shouldn't be surprised when you go to Bear Attack City. There's a bear that's going to attack you.
Karen spoke with him today. She joins us live now. Kelsey, how did he manage to get away from the bear?
Yeah, so this entire attack was caught on camera, Marlisa. That man explaining to me that he actually had to kick the bear to really get the dog out of the bear's jaw, but not before that bear actually took a bite out of the man's stomach. You have to see this video.
Wow.
Too close for comfort. 3 bears seen on surveillance video getting into a scuffle with a man and his dogs.
There's 3 bears.
And charged and just latched onto my stomach.
Blake Sprout was bitten by a bear cub while trying to defend.
Oh, it was a bear cub. Okay, I was gonna say, like, didn't just rip his stomach out, but it's a bear cub. Florida had a bear at her front door, and she lives in Florida. Apparently, bears are a problem. I wouldn't have thought that in Florida. Like, is it so hot? Like, I wouldn't think bears are like a thing. Crocodiles or alligators, I get. Yeah, this is like a little bear nibble. That ain't nothing. Bear biting bellies? Yeah, whatever.
Dogs.
Yeah, I'm surprised with the humidity. Like, it would be awful to be a bear. If I was a bear in Florida, I would be migrating north. Like, get out of here. I got all this fur on me, and it's fucking 100% humidity and 90 out. Fuck this. I'm out of here.
Florida Fish and Wildlife tells us it happened on 14th Street in Orange City back on December 20th.
The bear latched onto you, correct?
Yeah, so he had Karen in his mouth, and I ran up to it, just kind of kicked it in the chest area to drop her. And
his dog Karen was attacked by a cub first as Blake let her outside around midnight.
Why would you name your dog Karen? I bet it's a yapper, too. I bet that dog was a yapper dog with a name Karen.
There were 3 bears in my yard, and my dog saw them and just ran straight for them.
He says he tried to do anything to break up the brawl. Both Blake and little Karen were bitten.
Wait, they just showed his stomach earlier. Why are you blurring it now? You just showed it.
With a large wound to his stomach, and Karen now in stitches.
She's part of the family.
That does look like a Karen dog, I'm going to be honest. I feel bad for the dog. Obviously, the dog survived, thank God. But that does look like a Karen dog. That's like a little yapper, annoying dog.
Sit there and watch her die. You know, my kids love her. It was right around Christmas time. I couldn't tell them at Christmas, you know, our dog is gone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Dog's dead. How? Bear.
WC says a total of 4 bears were in the area at the time of the attack, an adult female and 3 cubs. In a statement sent to Fox 35, the agency said in part, FWC bear management staff set traps on the property and successfully caught the 3 cubs and adult female bear, then relocated the family group. A neighbor in disbelief that the brazen attack happened on her street.
That is so scary. I mean, he could have easily been It looked like he could have easily been killed from that.
Would this make you less apt to walk out to your car at night or even early in the morning?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm never going to leave my house again. There was 3 bear cubs in the neighborhood in the middle of Florida. I can't ever leave my house.
And especially do a double check, just to...
Give the bears to RFK Jr. That is the most... I just heard about that recently. That is so insane. That is so insane that he just fucking... What was it? Did he kill the bear, but then he just like stuffed it in his trunk and then left it there or something like that? Like, what the fuck? And he was like, you forget sometimes. I would have been eaten by that bear because I would have just tried to pet the bear, especially a bear cub. I'm going to pet that dog. The bears are waiting on the roof with rifles. I can't move during the daylight. Yeah. I can't. They've got their scopes on me. Look this up right now. He baited the bear with the brainworm. He picked up roadkill and ended up staging it in Central Park. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait. All right. Wait. Let's finish the Florida story. Then we're gonna RFK.
There's
this.
survey the area, make sure there's nothing lurking in the darkness.
Wildlife trapper Bob Cross says trying to stop a bear attack is extremely dangerous.
Bears, they're nothing to fool with, especially if they have cubs. If you have a pet, you're walking your dog at night or daytime, and you come across a bear, yes, it's very advisable to turn around and go the other way.
You know why I trust what this man says? Because he's the critter man. Bob Cross, the critter man, I'm going to trust what he has to say. It wasn't him, it was his brainworm.
You come across a bear, yes, it's very advisable to turn around and go the other way.
In Florida, it is now legal to shoot and kill a bear in
Good.
self-defense.
You should be able to, not only should you be able to shoot and kill a bear, you should be able to stab it with a knife if need be. You should be able to do that. Just set it on fire. Pour gasoline on a bear. If it's going to attack your dog, you pour gasoline on a bear and light a match and let that stupid fucker run around on fire in the hot, blazing sun of Florida. Like, take that, you big shit-taking piece of bear shit. Get out of here, you fucking dumb shit machine. Get the fuck out of here. Eating dogs and fucking taking big dumps on my lawn. Wildlife trainer, they did him dirty. Should have said critter man. I know. They should have just said Bob Cross, the critter man. I would have known exactly who we were talking about. I should also be allowed to do those things to anyone who annoys you. Well, that's a different thing, but yeah, anything goes versus a bear. They should be, they make bear mace, but they should be able to sell you like a little mini flamethrower just to light a bear on fire. Singe the fur. Billy the Exterminator. Like an Anchorman when Brick rides the bear.
And defending certain property, the statute says.
It's an ugly dog, though.
And if you do encounter a bear, make sure you stay as far away as possible. FWC says if you do have nuisance bears on your property, give them a call. And as always, this goes without saying, never try and intervene yourself if a bear is attacking you or your pet.
Wait, read the headline, blacked out on meth, PCP. What are you talking about on here? Owner of stranded sailboat in Florida Beach.
It could be a matter of life or death.
Says
Reporting in Volusia County tonight, I'm Kelsey Cairns, Fox 35 News.
Yeah, what was the news at the bottom? That was even more intense. Oh, man. All right, wait. Just imagine flaming a bear full of fat running into the forest. Yeah. Let's take a look at this. What is this RFK bear... What is the story here? RFK admits to dumping a dead bear in Central Park. This is not an official story, by the way. This is a little side quest before we get to story number 5. Let's see. RFK admits to dumping a dead bear in Central Park, solving a decade-old mystery? What was the mystery? What was the mystery? I want to start a crew called the Nuisance Bears. That shit's rad. Oh, it was on the scroll at the bottom? Someone was blacked out of meth and PCP? All right, so RFK admits to dumping a dead bear in Central Park, solving a decade-long mystery. This was news when they found the bear? from 10 years ago. A decade after the shocking discovery of a bear cub carcass in Manhattan Central Park, the mystery of who dumped it there has finally been solved, and the man taking responsibility is none other than the presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The conspiracy theorist turned third-party candidate campaign has weathered a series of increasingly improbable-sounding scandals in the recent months, from Kennedy's admission to a worm ate part of his brain to his denial of reports that he once ate barbecued dog. He said it was a goat. What? What is that? I missed that completely. I heard about the brain worm. RFK unleashed this latest one himself in a 3-minute video posted to X on Sunday. It shows him sitting at a kitchen table telling an incredulous-looking Roseanne Barr about how the dead bear ended up in his van upstate and ultimately on top of a bicycle beneath a bush in New York City's largest urban park. What? He's in charge of, isn't he in charge of like our health services now? Kennedy, an animal lover and former environmental lawyer, says he was driving upstate early one morning to take a group of people falconing. What the fuck is that? In the Hudson Valley, when a driver in front of him fatally hit a bear cub. Okay, so they hit the bear cub. He didn't do it, but the driver hit a bear cub on the road. So I pulled over and picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. What? Why is that the first thought? Like, oh man, that's a good bear. You can't let a good bear like that go to waste. We got to take it back and skin him. You got to make a coat out of that. My wife will love it. This man is the head of the Department of Health and Human Services now. Yeah, that's what I thought. See, falconing is when you have a glove and use a bird of prey to do stuff. Oh, okay. Like hunt bears? He loves a good pelt. Yeah, he loves Robert F. Kennedy. If there's one thing about that guy I know, he loves a good pelt. Yeah, I can imagine him skinning it like in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like he just throws it over his shoulder. He's like, all right, guys, pack it up. Let's go. We got a pelt. Let's go falconing now. Let's see. So I pulled over and picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear, he explains matter-of-factly. It was in very good condition, and I was going to put the meat in my refrigerator. Kennedy added that it's legal in New York State to get a bear tag to take home roadkill bear. Okay. Such a tag must be written up by a law enforcement officer. The bear never made it back to his Westchester home, however. Kennedy says he got waylaid by a busy day of falconry, and then he had to rush back to New York City for dinner at Peter Luger's Steakhouse. So he's like, no, it's a good bear. Put that in the back of the van. Then his falconry just got way off the rails. The falconry got so intense that he was like, oh, fuck, I got that bear in the car. Ah, man, I'm not going to be able to make it home in time. I got to go to Peter Luger's. I got to eat steak, and I got a fucking bear carcass in the back of my van. What am I, a fucking Palumbo? Like, I got to go. I got this fucking bear. Oh, man. I had to go to the airport, and the bear was in my car. What was he going to do with it? What the fuck was he going to... How much falconry did you get to where you were way off track? Where you're like, oh, wait, I can't take this bear carcass. I got to go on a plane ride. What the fuck is this? This is definitely worm behavior, yeah. These are worm thoughts. That was the worm. The worm was like, fucking,
Robert, you need to take that bear and skin it. Your wife's gonna love it. Save the bear meat.
He's like, yeah, I'll do that. Then he's like, wait a minute. I can't skin a bear and take it home. I gotta ride on an airplane. I can't do that. So wait a minute. So I had to go back to the airport, and the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad. Then, as he put it, the little bit of redneck in me had an idea. Oh yeah, this is a redneck idea? Kennedy just happened to have an old bike in his car, which he said someone had asked him to get rid of. He recalled that the city had just put in the bike lanes after a number of serious accidents and decided to stage the bear in Central Park as it had been hit by a bike. What? So wait a minute. So his idea is like, oh, we hit a bear with a car. Now, normally we would just leave the roadkill at the side of the road for the fucking city to come pick it up. But he's like, nope, I'm going to take this bear. Well, the worm said it. The worm was like,
Robert, you need to go and take that bear and make sure to go stop off at a law enforcement office to get the proper tags so they can skin it and save the meat.
and then he was like, wait a minute, I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and not just leave it at the side of the road. I'm going to put it in Central Park and make it look like a bike hit it. A bike. Somebody was fucking zooming on a bike through Central Park so fast that a bear cub came out and killed it. Like, how is that even possible? I literally dig holes for a living. My neck is red as fuck. We don't claim this behavior. Yeah, what kind of a bike? These are definitely worm thoughts. He's from Massachusetts. What redneck? True. Oh, man. How many animals do you think he skinned to get the worm? That's probably how, yeah, it probably came from like some random fucking deer. Just slithered into his ear. How do you get a worm? That's insane. America's first slapstick candidate. So they just put in a bike lane after a number of serious accidents and decided to stage the bear in Central Park as if it had been hit by a bike. I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing to whoever found it or something. Oh, so he did it as a prank. Like, bro, we gotta get rid of this bear, and I got this bike I gotta get rid of. How crazy would it be if we made it look like a bike killed a bear? How wild is that? His bros are like, dude, you gotta do it. You gotta do this. Bobby, you gotta fucking go put a bear with that bike. Someone's gonna flip their shit. They're gonna be like, what? Did they bang up the bike at least? Because if the bike was in pristine condition, it would be, no one was gonna buy it. Like, you're hitting a bear. If the bike hit the bear, the bike's gonna crumple. Yeah, he just said, I thought this was a good idea sober. True, Dundee, yeah, he just eats strange meats just to feed the worm. How many meals did he eat that wasn't even for him, it was for the worm? Yep, this is our guy, director of HHS. The 6-month-old 44-pound cub made national news after a dog walker stumbled upon it in that fateful October morning in a wide-open part of the park right near the path where thousands of people run and bike each day. Weirdly enough, one of the New York Times reporters who covered the mystery was Caroline Kennedy's daughter, Tatiana Schlossberg, RFK Jr.'s first cousin once removed. She told the paper this weekend that, like law enforcement, I had no idea who was responsible for this when I wrote the story. Law enforcement took the bear to Albany for analysis. Law enforcement took the bear to Albany for analysis and determined that it had been hit by a car, likely outside the park. They also confiscated the bicycle to test for fingerprints. I was worried because my prints were all over that bike. Oh, man. It was as if it was a murder weapon. Oh, man. Dude, you're gonna dust for prints? My prints are all over that bike. They'll know. They'll think I killed that bear. Man, but the mystery remained unsolved and the story eventually faded away. Now, almost 10 years later, Kennedy says he was prompted to come clean ahead of his anticipated New Yorker expose. Looking forward to seeing how you spin this one. And by the way, why would he decide to tell this story while he's running for president? Why wouldn't you say this story like after? Like, if it came out now, it'd be one thing. Like, why? It's Albany. Yeah, Albany. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it, right. Misadventures in Falconing with RFK and the Bear. Saturdays at 1. The worm only knows violence. The Kennedys really have done some amazing things for America, haven't they? Because the worm was the real candidate. Yeah, that's who was really running for president. Like he was. That's why he talks like that. That's not his real voice. His real that is not his real voice. That's the worm speaking for him. Yeah, Albany. Yeah, Albany. Right, got it. I don't know why you keep writing that, but yeah, it's Al. Got it. You mean this doesn't appeal to a wider base? Clearly everyone has done this. Yeah, come on. Guys, fucking, that is wild. And that's not even an official story, by the way. That was a side quest. We still got a spin for story number 5 yet. That's not even the bear story. So when we go to vote, you guys are going to think about the RFK story as the bear story. That's not the bear story. The bear story was the guy getting bit by the bear. Just to remind you. Not the RFK story. I would have voted for the worm if it was open about it from the start. I like to imagine his brainworm is like the worms from Men in Black. Yeah, that would be good. Partying with the bros and putting a dead bear prank in the park with his friends while in his 50s. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, let's... Story number 5. Because we got to do this, and then we have to go and check out Max Rebo's Rumble stats that he's worked so hard on. And I greatly appreciate it. He had to do double duty. There was 2 Rumbles. All right, what do we got? It is skooma. Oh, we know what this is. I have an idea what this is going to be. But let's double check. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Story number 5. Skooma. Oh, this is great. This is a compilation, too. Let's go ahead and remove that from the list here. And next story is not just skooma, but the top 10 skooma addicts of 2022 Oblivion NPC compilation. So if you want some NPCs, we got the top 10 NPCs of 2022. There is no story more important than the RFK and the bear. It sounds like a fucking... I think you mentioned it. It sounds like a fucking shitty 80s TV drama. Like RFK and the Bear. This Thursday. Number 10. Speaking of bears, maybe the real theme of tonight is the bear. Because we have this, I'm assuming a Russian, just shit-faced on vodka riding a bear. And there he is, RFK. What am I doing on that bear? Oh. I like that he admitted to it as though someone would have really connected him to this bear murder. Yeah. Secrets out. All right, number 9.
Telling me no. Uh-huh. My mind's telling me no. But what? But that crack, yo. That crack keeps telling me yes. Baby, I don't want to hurt nobody. Huh? But there's something I want to smoke.
Here's the problem that I'm having with these, though. Is because they're compiled, you don't get the atmosphere. Like that's part of the magic is you wanna feel like you just walked in on an NPC while playing Oblivion or Skyrim, and they're just kind of going through their scripting, and it kind of gets weird. These are running too fast. Maybe they'll slow some of these down. Let's see. The Bear is a good show. Oh, the Bear, yeah, the show. I get it. This is just annoying. Like, look, I understand that drugs are highly addicting. Opioids, highly addicting. Awful. These people live terrible lives. They're suffering, really. But god damn, are they just exhausting and so annoying. They're the worst. They're just such a burden. They're a burden on everyone. Please, if you don't want to stop doing drugs for yourself, stop doing drugs for those around you. Quit being such a burden. Pick up a different habit. Start gooning or something. Do something else. This is just annoying. Yeah, it's a scourge of society. Just get out of here. Get out of my way, junkie. I'm trying to buy bear mace in bulk. Yeah, I'm trying to fucking defend myself from the neighborhood bears in Central Florida. Like, oh my God, I am just frustrated looking at this guy. Like, I want to push him over. Like, you'd be doing him a favor if you just nudged him over just to get him out of the way. Nobody wants to deal with this. Nobody. Yeah. Like, do yourself a favor. Do your drugs in the privacy of your own home. Or somewhere. Do it somewhere out of the way. Get out of the way. Yeah, or smoke weed like a regular person. Yeah. Become an alcoholic. At a music festival, this is annoying, but this guy's at a fucking Costco. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, they're trying to fucking just shop, and he's bumping into people. Like, get out of here. What's going on here? I was just confused.
I'm looking for the blue M30s. People call them the perks, but I believe they're fentanyl. Anyway, I'll be here. I'm a homeless man. Hi, excuse me, boss. Ah!
I'm not getting the vibes, but... Okay, here's a good question. Why do Russians look like this? Why do Russians, like, why do they all look like little gremlins? Or Slavic? Yeah, why do the Slavs or the Russians, why do they look like gremlins? This remake of Nosferatu is weird. Genetic isolation, it's called genetics. Is that where we got, like, the idea of what a gremlin or a goblin is? Because this looks like a goblin. If you said, what kind of monster is this guy? I'd say, oh, that's a goblin. Meth and inbreeding. Putin poisons the water to make them uglier than him. Vodka? Does vodka do this? Like, there's no... You could say, well, this guy's haircut's stupid. Yeah, but you can't fix goblin face. Chernobyl? Oh, yeah. You know, I didn't think of the radiation. They're like Falmer.
Hey, bitch, shut the fuck up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't be up here making all this goddamn noise in our community. I know you need help, I know you're homeless, but at the same time, chill out. You need Jesus. Alright? Leave me alone. God bless you. You need Jesus. Just leave me alone. Bitch, fuck you. You need...
Fuck you. You need Jesus. Shut the fuck up and get some Jesus in you. That's how you gotta treat some of these people. You just gotta fucking get just shut the fuck up. Get out of it. Quit babbling like you're casting spells. Yeah. It's a witch spitting curses out. It'd only take a little bit of stretch to use the one dude as a reference photo for a sketch, no doubt. Oh, yeah, the fucking Slavic guy for a goblin. Yeah. She sounds like RFK Jr. Yeah, she got the brainworm, too. She's got brainworm like RFK. She's ready to go kill a bear.
Hey, bitch, shut the fuck up. Hey, bitch, shut the fuck up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't be up here making all this goddamn noise in our community. I know you need help, I know you're homeless, but at the same time, chill out. You need Jesus, all right?
Leave me alone.
God bless you. You need Jesus.
You just leave me alone.
Bitch, fuck you. You need...
Blaming every poor decision I make on brainworms from here on out. Yeah, it's not drugs, it's a brainworm. All these people that they're not on drugs, they just got brainworms. All right, moving on. What else we got here? What the fuck? All right.
Oh my god. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, see, this is another one. Don't do drugs while you're at work. It's for after work. Don't do it on the job. That's the if you have any sort of vice, the only thing you got to worry about is just don't do it while you're at work so you can continue to use the if you don't have a job, you can't go by.
She gonna throw up now, or what's going on?
Like in Split. That wasn't me. That was Patricia. That wasn't me. That was the worm. We had an employee on the Nod once. He was a nerd too, a web developer. Oh yeah, there was one. I don't know if I told this story. Save the drugs to do for after work as a reward for doing the work thing. My favorite is still the crackhead crawling through the sewers singing Amazing Grace. I remember that. Don't tell me where to do my heroin. Just do it at home. Do it somewhere that's not in the way. Like, I want to say, like, if there was like an RFK roaming around and you're over there nodding out in public, he's on his way to do some falconry, I think he should be able to hit you with his car and throw you in the trunk to try to skin you. I'm just saying. But no, there was years ago, I was at this job, and it was a desk job, and I just started. And this guy that I worked with, he was in the cubicle next to me. And he would show up later, but because he would stay late. So he would show up at like 11, and then he would like leave at 7. He would do like an 11 to 7 shift or something like that. And so he was coming in late. And that day in particular, he was like really late. And he had like some excuse like, oh man, I was driving in and some guy like hit my car and knocked my mirror off. And then so he was going to be in late, and he was going to be in like at 1. And then on his way, he still wasn't there at 1. And then he texts the boss. He goes, oh, does anyone need anything at the store while I'm there? Like, he's buying drinks? And he's like, no, just get here. What are you doing? So then he shows up, and he's kind of like babbling. He's like talking about like, hey, has anyone seen Travis? We didn't work with a Travis. I don't know who the fuck Travis is. So then he's sitting there at his desk, and I'm just trying to work. I don't want any part of any of this. I'm like new to this job. I don't want nothing to do with this. And he's doing his work and everything. And I'm doing my thing, and he's like, hey man, do you what's my password? Like to log into his computer. I'm like, I don't know, it's your password. I don't know what your fucking password is. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to deal with this. And he's not doing anything, and then the boss comes by, and he's like, hey man, you gonna ever start working? And he's like, yeah, no, I'll get to it. And he's got like these little candies, like little Hershey Kisses or something like that, like little, and he's like stacking them up on his desk. And he's like, he couldn't get logged in. And I was just like, and he asked me some other dumb question. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to lunch. I'm going to go to lunch. I don't want anything to do with this. And maybe when I get back, it'll get figured out, right? So I go to lunch for like an hour, and I come back, and he's at his desk again with his head down. As I'm walking in, my boss goes and he flags me over. He's like, come here. So I'm like, all right. So I go into his office. He's like, hey, just want to let you know while you're at lunch, we had to fire, the guy. I'll just say we'll say his name is Patrick. Well, we had to fire Patrick. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, he's still at his desk. He's got his head down at his desk. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I told him he had to leave. It's like, well, he's taking a nap. So then he comes out and like me and this other guy, there was like 3 of us in this little cubicle setting. We couldn't even go back to our desks because it became like an issue where Patrick, we'll call him, was over there and he was like arguing. He's like, well, I want all my documents. And he doesn't even have any documents. Nobody knows what he's talking about. And he was like, but he couldn't. And then they're like, are you even good to leave, dude? Like, he's just rambling. Oh, yeah. By the way, he dropped like the N-word like 3 times for no reason. It was wild. This was wild. And then they were like, it was like, should we call you a lift? Like, something's clearly wrong. Like, you got to go, but I don't know if you're good. He's like, no, I'm good to drive. And so as he's leaving, someone else is coming back from lunch that doesn't know about this whole situation because he worked on the other side of the office, so he didn't even know any of this was going on. And he gets caught up in like a conversation with him because he's like, oh, what's going on, Patrick? What's happening? And he's just rambling to him. Yeah, fucking Dan Hawk's flying overhead. And then the boss has to go outside and be like, hey, you got to go. This guy's got to go back to work. Like, what are you doing? Get out of here. It was just fucking wild. It took up the whole day. I couldn't go back to my desk for like, it took 2 hours for the guy to get out of there. But I was like, I'll just never forget. I was like, how do you, okay, it's one thing if you're fucked up for the day, right? And you're running late for work. But if you're that fucked up, just call off. Like, you got like vacation time, or just call out sick. Be like, I don't feel good, because technically he doesn't feel good. I never understood this. It was just crazy to me. But anyway, I don't know. I have no idea what he was on. Didn't really make a lot of sense. And then, then he texts me like the next day. That was a Friday. He texts me Saturday morning. Bro, what happened? I'm like, what do you mean what happened? What do you mean what happened? You got fired, dude. What do you mean? Anyway. I like that she's like, hold on, I got this. I know you're watching. I got fired? That's it? I quit, yeah.
What is she doing? I swear to God, she's high as balls right now. Oh my God.
All right, what's the number 1? All right, that's a good one.
Stop right there, criminal.
It's a good show. He should be like George from Seinfeld and just go back to work like nothing happened. I did that once. I did that when I worked at a Meijer. I probably told this story where I was a senior in high school, and it was for I wanted to take time off for spring break because I was going to go on a trip with a bunch of friends, but then drama happened, and then the trip got canceled, or well, half of us didn't go and got uninvited. It was retarded, high school shit. And but I put in the request to take the time off, and they denied me. And their response was like, "This is retail. You can't just take a week off." I'm like, "Bro, I'm fucking 18 years old. Like, what do you expect?" So it was gonna start like the weekend of Easter weekend, and I had the whole week off of school. I was gonna take off. And so I just didn't just show up to work. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm just not going to go in. And I didn't go in that whole weekend. And then I think like Tuesday, I got bored. And I was like, you know what? I was scheduled to work today. I'm just going to show up. And I did. I just walked in. I was a cashier. So I walked in with my little shirt on, my little uniform. And I go to like the cashier manager, and I'm like, hey, what aisle am I on? She's like, oh, you're going to show up to work today? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, you're on aisle whatever. And then that was it. They didn't say nothing. And I worked there for like another month before I quit. At the call center I used to work at, people would forget their crack pipes and the keyboard trays. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, we've had I mean, there's all kinds of stories where people just wig out. I don't know what it is, but they just can't control their habits. Drinkers don't seem to be a problem. I don't care if you're a drinker, as long as you're not slurring. But yeah, just the stuff that's going to make you pass out, it's useless. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, so that was story number 5. Well, that was story number 5. So that means we have to vote. We have to do a vote real quick, a poll, if you will, and we need to take a look at what is the number 1 story. We have to figure it out. So let me pull up my little toolkit here. Oh, I don't have the little tool with all my little functions. I have to log back in. That's great. Good thing I looked at that old YouTube channel. It logged me out of everything. So let's go back to the dashboard. I didn't show up for work at a grocery store for a whole month, and when I went to pick up my last check, they were like, so you want this job or not? I was like, clearly fucking not. Yeah. Yeah, let me go and do this, and let me go do this. I don't even have the kick thing up yet. Oh my goodness. The whole thing is just a mess right now. It's just a mess. So, we got to figure out what it was the big thing to talk about. You know? Obviously, it wasn't about the Trump tariffs on steel and aluminum, the cyber attack on the Lee newspaper. It has nothing to do with Israel and Hamas and their ceasefire deal, South Korea's deep-seek data collection, or even the casino mogul Wynn challenging a defamation law. No, the big stories that are important today that you can decide what the rest of America discusses. The power's in your hands. The power's in you, as Captain Planet once said. It's going to be either the Florida bear attack, not the RFK one, the Florida bear attack. Okay, it's going to be the NPC compilation that we just watched, the metal performance, which involved vomit, is it going to be the what was the other one? I forgot now. Oh, the morbid facts? Or Il Mitch. Is it Il Mitch? Those are the options. We're going to set up a poll here. Let's go on to the kick side. Get that going as well. Oh, it's already up. Thank you. Get to voting on Kick. It's already up there to vote on. If you're over on Twitch, here you go. You got 2 minutes. And we're going to tally them up, and we're going to figure out what the official number 1 story is. The RFK one will be better. Yeah, well, unfortunately, it didn't get submitted. The side quest would have definitely won. Well, sometimes the side quests are more fun than the main storyline, but you got to keep the storyline going to get to the end of the game. I'll tell you what, I drank a pot of coffee today. Didn't really feel all that much energy. I have half of a Red Bull and I'm feeling great. Just to remember, the Florida bear attack was the guy saving the dog from the bear in Florida. Had nothing to do with RFK. Just to be clear. Thank you, Mr. Twister, getting people to vote. Diddy's in jail, so you don't got to worry about that, but still important to vote. Red Bull has vitamins. I know, but I take a lot of vitamins. I take my vitamins. I probably take too many vitamins. I had a phone call with a friend not long ago, and we realized we were taking way too much vitamin D. It was making us piss all the time. He thought he had a urinary problem. I thought I was just drinking too much water. Turned out, too much vitamin D. It has dialed down my piss. RFK probably sent the bears to that dude's house. Probably. His brainworm was communicating to the bears. All right, so it looks like on the kick side, looks like Florida Bear won it. And on the Twitch side, let's see. On the Twitch side, Florida Bear won it as well. There it is. That's the number one story today, is none other than the Florida Bear. There it is. That's the big story that everyone needs to be talking about. Put the message out there. Let everybody know about Florida bear attacks. They're around the corner. Even if they're a cub, they'll still bite you in the belly. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have closed that. Because I'm going to have to do that again later. God damn it. So we found the number one story. All right. Man saves Karen from bear attack. I know. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that sentence would ever come together? All right, let me close out some of these tabs here, because now we need to move on. And Max Rebo has been hard at work, and he has put together a bunch of stats. Oops, I got kicked out. I gotta log back in again. God damn it. He kicked me out of everything. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot. Close out the Van Halen. We can close out all this other shit. All right, where's Discord? Let me pull that up. Because Max Rebo has been hard at work. He's got some stats. He's compiled them. We're going to go through them. I'm excited about this. Very, very excited about this. He was on top of it, too. All right, how does he... Are these actual... These are downloads? What are these? Are these Excel files? What are these? These are Excel. Do I have Excel? I have Excel. I don't know if I have it installed on this computer, though. I do pay for it, so I pay my yearly Microsoft Office thing. So I'm going to download all these. Or I could just import them into Sheets, probably. Whatever. We'll figure it out. But he also posted 2 videos here we're going to take a look at. Because the standout things were most eliminations was Prince Patrick with 6 eliminations. Most time in the ring was Brock Standiford at 22 minutes and 29 seconds. And the least time in the ring is the Man Witch at 16 seconds. Now, I'm assuming this is, like comparison over both Rumbles, because we had to do 2. As I'm assuming this is a total where Prince Patrick just dominated in his Rumble. But then we have, shit, I don't have this synced up. I have to download this too. Damn it. Hold on. I got to play this through a different player because the audio isn't set up through Discord yet. All right, so we can get out of this. What the fuck? Why is Discord like mega full screened and I can't get out of it? All right, so we have that. Let's go to my downloads folder. We can take a look at all the downloads we have. Let's take a look at some of these clips first. We'll take a look at the Man Witch elimination, which was a big deal because he was in it very, very shortly. Let's open up this clip real quick. Here's the Man Witch elimination. The fucking baby, Keegan fighting the baby was fucking hilarious. When that baby came at him like this and he just threw him off, like, get out of here, baby. You get out of here, you fucking baby. All right, but let's take a look here.
Oh, I'm kind of fussy right now. Dude, this is crazy.
We have a chance, fellas.
We have 50%
chance. T the Monster coming in.
There's Man Witch.
Here comes the Man Witch.
We cannot sleep on Man Witch here. This is the one I'm most afraid of.
Oh boy, it looks just like him.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
God damn.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I'm telling you, man, this is the one I was afraid of.
Oh!
There it is.
We got a 33 and a third chance.
The shortest time in the Rumble there. Let's also go to Bitch Tits. This was the Bitch Tits elimination.
Deuce. So it's because Deuce and Bitch Tits boiling.
Oh, yeah, because Deuce Leadfoot was performing pretty well. Deuce Leadfoot was on fire on this Rumble. I was surprised at how well he did. Deuce Leadfoot was just a maniac. He was just flexing. You know, my fear was he was going to win, and then he'd have to come back. Which is, you know, it's a lot out of Deuce. I mean, he's got some nice boots, though.
Deuce.
You got to admit,
So
boots
it's
are
because
nice.
Deuce and Bitch Tits boiling.
Wow. Anyone bet on Deuce? Nope.
Has Bitch Tits ever won the Rumble?
He has.
Right?
Yeah, the final two was Deuce Leadfoot and Bitch Tits Boiling.
He may be
How
the
crazy.
first guy to ever win the 64-bit Legends Rumble twice.
He's got some rusty feet to get through, but...
God. Look at those bitch tits.
Did you build his boobs?
Yeah.
Like, he looks custom as hell.
Look at those tiny little feet, though.
Yeah, I like
Those look
that.
like Crocs.
I mean, you know, it goes.
How much is packed in those shoes? You know?
He can move.
Dude, I think bitch
Those
tits are gonna
Crocs
win.
are in sport mode for sure.
I guarantee those sweatpants do not smell good.
Oh, no.
They look
like
wet.
overalls.
That's a nice hat, though.
It's better than the.
Yeah, let's see the victory here. Because it was... Oh, wait, who did win it? Did Deuce actually win?
Here we go.
He's already
I don't even remember now.
Mississippi.
Wait a minute. Did Deuce actually win it? Am I talking shit? I don't even remember who won. I know... I couldn't even tell you who won. I don't even remember anymore. Did Deuce Leadfoot win this? Or was it Bitch Tits?
He does have a sheriff's badge.
I don't
Why
remember.
does he have a sheriff's
No, well, Bitch Tits... No, so wait a minute. Deuce Leadfoot did win. God damn it. No wonder I wasn't making any sense. You're probably sitting there and go, yeah, what do you mean you hope he didn't win? He did win. Fucking Deuce came... Oh, I completely blocked that on my goddamn head.
Foot.
He's got a lead... Yeah.
What's that mean?
The lead foot of the law.
Uh-oh.
Bitch tits!
He's built like Clown from Spawn. Max Rebo, that's a good one. Yeah, Deuce Leadfoot did win.
Deuce Leadfoot! Oh, shit!
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, Deuce did win. Oh my God! You don't like the wood, so the Woodfoot's got to come back. Man, you know what? If you were to ask me, I don't even know who won. I don't know who won the other one. So Deuce won it, and who was the other one? I burned it out of my head. Deuce Leadfoot, that son of a bitch. That was crazy. All right, well let's get into some stats here, shall we? I might have to log into. I got to log into my Microsoft account. So we're gonna start. So Max Rebo actually gave me all the stats going back to 2021. So I figure it might be worth taking a look at all these here. Yeah, I'll enable editing. Copilot. I don't need Copilot. Just okay. I'm installed. Okay, I'm logged in though, so we can open these. 2021, 2022. Okay. The Cuddle Slut. Oh yeah, that's right. The Cuddle Slut. Man, dude, my brain was so fried after that. Like, I just didn't. I think I said it last night. Like, Keegan was the last to leave, and I probably was talking like I was methed out or something because my brain was just so fried that day. Like, I don't even know what we were talking about. We were just I was probably just bouncing around from topic to topic. And he probably just backed away out of the door like, all right, I gotta go. I don't even remember. Yeah, there were no more no-no spots. That's right. And what does that mean for the Cuddle Pals? We don't know. We don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to open all these at once, and it's like taking forever to It's trying to like validate my account or something. There we go. That one opened up quickly. And second rumble. Okay, there we go. Brain was on a runner's high. Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like, it was just so crazy. Like, I just put it all out of my head. Okay, so let's go to 2021, by the way. Let's just start here as we go through this. So the first year, we're talking about Two Braids Bobby Caboose, Big Mouth Billy Bass, Big Shit Kid, Varsity Stew, Robert, Red Colorado Kid, Little Basket, Brian Big Rig Brozik. A lot of these people came back. T the Monster, Fatboy Lumen, Vic Murphy, Anubis. I mean, honestly, Big Mouth Billy Bass, Robert, let's see, Vic Murphy, Anubis didn't come back, Sir Jared of the Swove, Sam WO, Big Petroleum didn't come back, Sam to Thunderdome, Uncle Roscoe didn't come back, Igor Maxim didn't come back, Samoa Joe, B32 Omega, Samoa Joe C365, Deuce Leadfoot, updated Samoa Joe, whatever that means, Fatboy Fat, a.k.a. Scott Gorge, myself, Cock Davis, Backstreet Man, Duncan Smits, the Pony Brony, Jeff Wrestler, Vampiro, and Julio Sunrise. So there was like 13 that didn't come back. That's pretty interesting. If you go to Google Maps, it officially now says Gulf of America. I heard about that. Zoom in. Oh, should I? Oh, yeah. You can zoom. Come on. Just control. How do you zoom in Excel? I thought it's Control Plus. How do I zoom? I don't use Excel. I use Google Sheets more so I don't know. No. How do I zoom? No, I don't want a new sheet. Oh, wait. Down here at the bottom. There we go. Of course. Is that better? Yeah, we'll at least fill the page there. I think that's better. Control and spin the mouse wheel. Oh. Okay. That's easy. See, Premiere is Alt in the mouse wheel, so that's makes kind of sense. All right, so in 2021, the big standout moments. Obviously, Fatboy Fat won it with 8 eliminations. By the way, that is 8 eliminations. Let's make note here. 2021. 8 eliminations. That was the most eliminations out of that whole Rumble. Okay. Fatboy Fat. 8 eliminations. Out of that, I would say, obviously we know Bobby Caboose was in it the least. So Bobby was 16 seconds. They call him Bobby 16 Seconds Caboose. And who was in it the longest, I believe, was Fatboy Fat. Right? So he was also in it for 13 minutes, 32 seconds. So that's a big deal. So, I don't know what other standouts there were, but I mean, Sir Jared of the Swove, by the way, Sir Jared of the Swove performed very, very well in 2021.
You stay categorically. You are fake news.
No. This is real. In 2021, Sir Jared of the Swove had 5 eliminations. He was only eliminated by a Samoa Joe, part of the Samoa Joe project. Samoa Joe, B32 Omega, who was only eliminated by Fatboy Fat. So Sir Jared was that close. People sleep on Sir Jared. They think that Sir Jared is just some jobber. No. He's pretty powerful. He's got some real heat behind him. People don't understand that. Dadderall should have won. Well, Dadderall didn't exist in 2021. Slow your roll. We'll get to Dadderall in a minute. This is 2021. We're going back to the first Rumble. Okay? And then in 2022, where's the rest of them here? 2021. Okay. 2022. Okay. Oh, man, that is easy. Okay, so in 2022, the winner was Nunman. That was when Nunman wasn't even a contender. He was a manager. And
you are fake news.
No,
Sir,
no.
go ahead.
This is for real. He was a manager. And Todd Campbell ended up getting COVID, right? And he ended up taking a spot. And he ended up winning, of all things. Datterall should have won this one too. He didn't exist. He didn't exist. So Nunman was the winner in 2022. He was in it, not the longest though. The longest time in ring. Oh, let me make that bigger. Longest time in ring was actually Brian Bitchtits Boylan. So it's interesting that Brian Bitchtits Boylan, he was in it the longest, it looks like, at what, 13 minutes and 47 seconds? So 13:47. He eliminated the most, 7 eliminations, but he didn't win. Nunman won with only 3 eliminations, 5 minutes in there. The winner, though, or we should say the loser, BBTB is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. Now the person with the least amount of time in ring in 2022 was, I was going to say Sam W.O., but is it Jeff Wrestler? It might have been Jeff Wrestler. It was Jeff Wrestler. He was only in it for literally 30 seconds. All right, let's move on to, we'll dive deeper into the more recent Rumble. This is 2023. So let's take a look. Yes, enable editing. Come on. Oh, I'm doing Alt. Whoops. It's Premiere. We don't have numbers in here, but Max still did the math for us. It's okay. Longest. So the winner. So Brian Bitchtits Boy. This is the crazy thing in 2023. By the way, in 2022, Brian Bitchtits Boylan was in ring the longest and had the most eliminations. So that the next year he actually wins it, but he only had to eliminate 2 people. But it looks, and he wasn't even in there the longest. Sam W.O. looks like, no, not Sam W.O. Jeff Wrestler. Wow, what a comeback. There should be numbers there. It's all right. If you're doing like a calculation, or maybe you just didn't calculate, it's not a big deal. So 2023, there's a few things to look at in 2023. First of all, 2023, least amount of time, most amount of time, most limbs, and the winner. So, least amount of time in 2023 was none other than Fatboy Fat? Is it Fatboy Fat? Is that's what it's looking like here? No. Oh, Blue Steel Mark Shipman. Not a surprise. Mark Shipman was, what was that? 42 seconds? Most amount of time was Fuzzy the Cuddle Slut. So it's interesting to see this, though, that these people have a history. Fuzzy the Cuddle Slut was able to perform very well in a previous year. And yet, he finally gets his win. How great is that? Uh-oh. Did the kick stream die? Oh, no. Okay. I went to move a tab over and it looked like the kick stream cut out. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm holding back a sneeze. You're still there? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like that, and all of a sudden there's a sneeze coming. So the most amount of time was, I think Fuzzy the Cuddle Slut with 20 minutes and 22 seconds. Fuzzy's the people's champ no matter what. He is kind of he's a fan favorite for sure. Most eliminations was looks like a tie. No. Y2 Drew had the most eliminations. which is impressive. Out of the real 7, he's the first one to make it on a positive accomplishment. But obviously, Bitch Tits was the winner. Okay. The other thing that stands out, though, is if you remember the previous year, so in 2022, Jeff Wrestler was in the least for 30 seconds, but he was in the ring the second most for 19 minutes the next year, so he did get better. And he had 3 eliminations under his belt, so that's also interesting to see. All right, so that's 2023. So let's take a look at 2024. Okay, last year. So last year, we had, let's see, win, most limbs, most time, least time. I have to write these down so we don't have to flip back and forth through each tab here. So the winner was Astro Dynamo, obviously, who is now still champion, by the way. Isn't that None Man was able to be dethroned by Astro Dynamo, if memory serves. I believe that's the case. Yeah, because None Man was in the Rumble. So Astro Dynamo. Most time in ring would have been last year. Was it Bobby Caboose? No. Bubblegum Billy? Bubblegum Billy. Bubblegum Billy was in there for 13 minutes last year. $13.45. And then least amount of time was Cock Davis, it looks like. Looks like Cock Davis was in it for 11 minutes, which sucks because if you remember the year before, he didn't even get to compete. Dick Davis came in twice. See, Dadderall is the champion of the people and their hard cocks. Yeah, but actually, so you mention Dadderall. So Dadderall's first appearance was in 2024, last year. He did not perform well. He was in the ring for only 3 minutes and 45 seconds, eliminated nobody. Oh, wait, no, that was Little Basket. Sorry, wrong line. Sorry, I take it back. Dadderall was in the ring for 6 minutes, 57 seconds. He did get 2 eliminations, but you know who eliminated him? Me, baby, me. I did. I eliminated John Dadderall last year. Me. I did it. So he did okay, but I did far better. And Mr. McMahon came in last year because he took over for Jeff Wrestler, but Mankind eliminated him. That was another standout moment. Oh, wait. Yeah, Sam W.O. Yeah, Cock Davis was the least, right? 15 seconds? Oh, 11 seconds. 11 seconds. Cock Davis. And then the most eliminations was awarded to Mankind. Mankind came in with a lot of eliminations. 5 to be exact. Okay. So now, as I write these lists, let's compare them to... let's compare them to this year. So this is 2025. We're going to go start with the first Rumble of 2025. So let's see. This is all new info. All new info. So, obviously, Deuce Leadfoot was the winner, which I completely forgot about, which he also, in all fairness, Deuce Leadfoot performed very well because he also had the most eliminations. 5 eliminations. Oh, no, I take it back. Prince Patrick of Dubala had the most. 6 eliminations. I should know this because Max Rebo wrote it in Discord already. Yeah, Max is the man for doing this, by the way. Shout out to Max Rebo. The Reebs is in full effect here. But was eliminated by Buff Bag Joe, a.k.a. Samoa Joe. What was it? Sigma Beta 404 or something like I'm surprised I remember that. Least in the ring, Ronald Stump. Ronald Stump did not last. Ronald Stump was eliminated by Chad Wheel. Chad Wheel did pretty well, by the way. But Ronald Stump, 20 seconds, in and out. Another one that Iguana Don didn't perform well. We knew, apparently he was back, but he was back for a good time, just not a long time. But yeah, Prince Patrick, and I want to say the longest in the ring was, in this Rumble, was Prince Patrick, it looks like. Prince Patrick was 16 minutes, 50 seconds, with 6 eliminations. Iguanodon is a jobber. Yeah, this is interesting. Vic Murphy did pretty well. 2 eliminations. How did I do? I want to know how I did. Where am I? Oh, I wasn't in this Rumble. Okay. Was Bobby in this one? Let's see. How did he do? He didn't do so. Wow. He did not fare so well either. He was 36 seconds and Prince Patrick took him out. Graduation Man, was not expecting much from him. It was a minute 20. Fatboy Fat, this was not his year. 56 seconds. That was pretty poor. Mamma Mia. Scott Hall took him out. Scott Hall. I forgot about that. This is so fucking stupid. What's next year's Bobby's year? Yeah. Yeah, it was Jeff Wrestler was in this. Jeff Wrestler was in here. He at least lasted a minute, but Deuce took him out. Jeff got nobody eliminated. You know, that could have been Todd Campbell, but he convinced him not to be in. So another year we don't know what Todd Campbell did. Teddy Time Traveler? Yeah, what did is Teddy in this one? No, I think he's in the other one. But as far as eliminate, a lot of people didn't really get to eliminate too many people. It was Vic Murphy had 2 eliminations until Hacksaw Joe got him. Hacksaw Joe did all right with 2 eliminations till Rex got him. Rex, the Total Apex Ape, got 3 until Prince Patrick took him out. Buff Bag Joe only got 1, and then Scott Hall rightfully took him out. Scott Hall seemed to do pretty well. Where's he at? Oh, Lumen. But that's actually Scott Hall. Got 3. Who has the most eliminations across all Rumbles? I think Prince Patrick, judging by the notes that Max put in the Discord, he had the most with 6 eliminations. So I'm assuming the second Rumble. We got to get to the second Rumble here. Yeah, so in this Rumble, the least amount of time was Ronald Stump at 20 seconds. But total, not to be outdone by Manwich, who, whoops. Which would have been, 16 seconds for Manwich. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. Where'd it go? This is first Rumble. Where's second Rumble at? This is second Rumble. There we go. Manwich with 16 seconds. Keegan got him out. BBTB had the most across all Rumbles. Did he? Oh, so that was a side quest. All Rumbles? Well, if you were to combine every single Rumble combined, but I will say out of all the Rumbles we've done, Fatboy Fat had the most eliminations, I want to say, out of every Rumble. He had 8 in 2021. Brian Bitches Boylan had 7 back in 2022. And then after that, Y2 Drew in 2023 only had 5. In 2024, Mankind, I believe, only had 5. So there's a bit of a drop off. So Prince Patrick and Brock, was it Brock Standiford, had 6 eliminated as well. Brock Standiford was in there for a minute, 22 minutes. Wow, that's a lot. 22 minutes. The winner obviously being Fuzzy the Cuddle Slut, eliminating only 2 people. Keegan did well with 4. That's a pretty good number. How did I do? I was in this one. I did not fare so well. I was in there for less than a minute, and a nun man took me out. So I did not do well. Bear Trap was doing all right till Keegan. Keegan did all right, though. Yeah, what did he have, 4? Who was in it the least? Oh, yeah, I already know this. Manwich. Who was in it the most? That's the thing I'm looking for. Oh, Brock. Duh. I already did that. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people got eliminated quick. Hollywood Stew, 37 seconds. T the Monster, 43 seconds. Manwich, 16 seconds. All these people are under a minute. Seaman, 47 seconds. Me, 54 seconds. Purple Rainbow was only in there. And it's now John Dadderall. Now to compare this Dadderall lasted 2 minutes, only had 1 elimination. He eliminated probably Purple Rainbow, I'm assuming. Where is it? Yeah, Dadderall. It's right here. I'm already looking at it. Do you think next year we can get the Backus brothers? I don't know why some cells aren't showing. They work for you. It may be, maybe it's dates and times are negative or too large to show. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. There's probably just an error in the, if you got to, oh, you're doing calculations? Yeah, what's the calculations? D28 minus C28? Yeah, why is that? It's subtracting this from this. Oh, you know why? It's getting a negative number. I think you've got them swapped. That's why. So if this was 40, 19, and 39, that's why. You just swap the times here. So if I did 39.05, so 40.19. So if I did 40.19 here. I fucked it up. I fucked up your calcs. Anyway, but that's what it is. It's just a simple flipping of the numbers there. I wrote lukewarm dead awesome on the spreadsheet. Well, he was kind of a dud. 3 minutes and he didn't eliminate anybody. He just kind of... He motivated Brock to get him eliminated. He did accomplish that. Yeah, what else stands out here? These are great. Fuzzy the Cuddle Slut, 40. Oh, there it is. I see. You got the corrected screenshot there. Yours looks like that. Maybe I clicked it and moved it or something. Let me see. Let's go back to the other Rumble. That's 2023. That's not the one I'm looking at. Where's the other one? This is 2025, 2023, 2025. Yeah, this one's fine. This one's fine. No, it was only the second Rumble had the one that was because the calcs were flipped. That's all. Yeah, and then when I tried to fix it, I did it wrong. So then it just. But Biscuit, I'm gonna be honest, was a bit of a dud. Biscuit was a dud. Biscuit did not do all that well. It was about a minute, little over a minute, and the baby took him out. The baby, that's what I want to know. Stiff Davis took out one person, and it was Biscuit the Clown. How disappointed is anyone that was betting on Biscuit? What a dud Biscuit was. Had a baby take him out. Come on. Who allows that to happen? What a loser Biscuit is. Biscuit's a fucking loser. All means every year add their eliminations together. Oh, I missed that part. For example, 5 Rumbles, Vic Murphy could have had 20 eliminations. I see what you're saying. It's a good question. I can take a look. Biscuit was way too expensive to be acting like this. I know. Backus Brothers versus the Hawkenschmitz for Mania. That's a pull. Oh, not sure. I might be wrong. I added Fatboy Fat and BBT together by accident. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so if we were to look across all Rumbles, we'd probably want to start with Fatboy Fat. Fatboy Fat this year, I don't think eliminated anybody. Fatboy Fat eliminated nobody in 2023. Fatboy Fat eliminated none in 2025. So that's 2025. 2023, I already said that one, right? Yeah, 0. 2025, he wasn't in this Rumble. 2024, Fatboy Fat got... Let's see. Where the fuck is he? Fat piece of shit. Got 4. Okay, so now there's a combined total of 12 for Fatboy Fat. 12, and then Fatboy Fat again would have been... Where'd he go? Where's that fat piece of shit? Scott Steiner. I forgot about Scott Steiner. 1. So what'd I say? 12 and 1 is 13. Brian Bitch Tits Boylan. He had 7 one year, which was this year. He wasn't in 2021, so we don't have to look at that. See, and Fatboy Fat has the advantage because he's been in every Rumble. Whereas in Brian Bitch Tits Boylan, missed one. So Bitch Tits got 2, so that's 9. 9 and... see, Bitch Tits... 9 and 0. Bitch Tits again, that's 11. 21. And then Bitch Tits again with this one. I think Bitch Tits didn't get nothing this last year. Yeah, he didn't get a goddamn thing. So 11. Yeah, so Fatboy Fat's probably got the most at 13 eliminations. Unless somebody was able to like trickle him in year after year, but I don't think that's the case. I think my guess is good. He was too good for the Rumble. Who, Biscuit? No, Biscuit wasn't too good. He thought he was above it, but he really wasn't. Corrected times for Biscuit. I needed to subtract 202 from 4025. The account time of Rumble was paused for predictions. Oh, got it. I see. Well, thank you for updating that. But no, this is great. I want to show Bobby this, as we can kind of go through these stats. We'll probably do a podcast on this. Really go through the lore of it all, because I'm just doing this off the top of my head. But this is great. This is so fucking... just to look at all these names, to look at all these fucking names. Purple Rainbow, John Dadderall, Nunman, Melvin Troy, Jerk Ferguson, Brock Standiford, Jasper Whizzelby. I mean, the amount of names we have. Thank you. I do need some water. Uncle Stinker's got a skit for us. 64-bit Legends alumni tier list. We could do a tier list. That'd be a good activity for another night. Do a nice tier list. Yeah, I have to get a master list of all the names because we didn't use them. I mean, there's so many that didn't come back. There was like one and dones, like like we talked about. There was a number of them that never came back again. Like Anubis never showed up again. Big Mouth Billy Bass never showed up. He's one and done. Robert actually came back. He's been in twice. Let's see. Anubis. Did I say Anubis? Big Mouth Billy Bass, Anubis. Big Petroleum never came back. Uncle Roscoe, I don't think came back. We just had a different homeless guy. Igor Maxim never came back. The Samoa Joes never repeat because they expire. Backstreet Man. Duncan Smith's the Pony Brony. And Julio Sunrise. None of those came back. A through F. And a who the fuck is that? I like that. I like that idea. You know what? I do like that idea. I think we should do that this week. It'll probably take me a minute to put it together, but I kind of like that idea. Like let's get all of the names together. Like Snowball Parks, Banana Stein. You don't see these guys coming back. Steve Skunker, fucking Davis Drouillard. Samoa Joe's, again, they expire. Danny Delivery did come back. Luke Motormouth Vaughn, not. We actually made an award for him. Biggest jobber. Scott Steiner, obviously. Doug Palumbo? Wait a minute. We had Doug Palumbo back in 2022? I didn't remember Doug Palumbo in 2022. What? No. What? I thought he was only in the dating game. Hold on a second. What? There's no way. Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Well, I'm pulling up the promos from that year. 2022. Doug Palumbo. Hold on, that's 2023, 2022. Nunman. Iguanodon. Scott Steiner. Steiner got a lot of views for some reason. 1,200 views on that one. Doug Palumbo was in it? I don't remember Doug Palumbo being in it. Was it this one? Or was it this one? Who is this? Wait a minute. Now I don't know. Some of these all kind of look the same. No, this is Davis Drouillard. Who is this one then? Oh, that was Jeff Wrestler with the mask. That's right. This is a Samoa Joe. Wait, Doug Palumbo was in this? What? We didn't have a Valentine's Day Rumble, though. Do we throw him in replace of somebody to replace somebody else? There was Dan W.O. I remember that. I don't remember. Samoa Joes are like the Jacks of the Tekken series. Yeah, Doug Palumbo. Who did he... I don't remember him being in there. Watch all of 2022 to figure it out. We could. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do this real quick. 64. Now I have to know. I have to know now. I have to figure this out. I must know. Let's see. videos. Where's the 2024 Rumble? It's Turnbuckle Tuesdays. That's right. 2022. Where's the Rumble? That's 64 Bits of Love. Oh, here it is. Here's the Royal Rumble. Oh, and then this is when we played all of the promos.
Not your mom, not your dad, not your cousin, not Vince McMahon's nephew. I'm gonna hit you in the face, and you'll be asking yourself, blah, how do you like me now?
Chad Wheel here, rolling on in my way to the lap figure. Hold on. I gotta know. Where Doug Palumbo in this thing? Oh, that's Scott Steiner. Dan W.O.
Well, Sam, you're bro.
Yeah, where was Doug Palumbo in all of this? I need to know. Jack Strong, Crypto Pete.
Along with victory in this.
Yeah, did we even review the promos that year? Or we just played them all. Little Basket, Bubblegum Billy, Steve Skunker, Nunman, Todd Campbell. And in the beginning, there's like a 20-minute intro. Oh my God. We did all this in an hour.
Yeah, which one was one and which one's two? I don't even know.
No one gets 30.
Wait a minute. All right. When did he come in? Because now I got to understand. Doug Palumbo comes in 13 minutes into the match, so he's number 23 after Metaverse Mark. All right, I have to know. I have to understand this. Doug Palumbo came in number 14 minutes into the Rumble. Can you play the Rumble? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. This is the Rumble from that year. I don't know why, because we don't have a promo for him. So why was he in there?
There's an option for that?
Yes. Sailor Vesta says, congrats on doing the bare minimum.
See? They call me the bare minimum kid.
Yeah, good game.
Removed. Look at Bitch Tits, he is oily as fuck. He's so sweaty. And are coming in right next to each other.
20 and 30.
Is that Sting playing baseball in his show?
There was a lot of people in this ring.
That's interesting. Oh, Pete.
Watch him pound it.
Fat Boy's been in there a while. Bitch Tits.
The elusive 17th Palumbo.
Okay, so that's Doug Palumbo
Sometimes
right
you
there.
see it.
Why is Doug Palumbo in this Rumble?
Watch him pound it.
Okay, I see him in there.
It says Pound Town on his chest. Oh, hang on, Dan. It says Pound Town on his chest.
Is that Vic
Lose
Murphy?
one Murphy. Doug Palumbo.
Say on his ass?
It's like
What does he wear?
Kind of looks like Riddle a little bit. Doug Palumbo.
Say on his ass?
It's all right.
I have no idea.
Palumbo. You lose one Murphy, you follow up with 10 more Palumbos.
There goes Danny boy. No. Hang on, Dan. It says Pound Town.
But why was he in it? Because we didn't even have a promo for him. I'm so confused as why Doug Palumbo was in this fucking Rumble. Look at this. Oh, we had a prize, too. A free case of Root. If you win, please DM me your address. I forgot we had a Root raffle. Did Davis Druyart enter that year? Did he take some... Oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe he... Yeah, that might be why. Was Davis Druyart in the Rumble? He wasn't. Like, he was in the Rumble that year. No, he was. He was in it. No, he was. Why the fuck was he in that? We don't have a promo for him. Why the fuck was fucking Doug Palumbo in there? Probably a swerve, like every year. I don't remember. Because Todd Campbell had COVID. Okay, we knew that. And there was a Doug Palumbo. But why the fuck was Doug Palumbo in there? I wish I knew. Like, Nunman wasn't expected because of the Todd Campbell thing. He had COVID. But what? Why the fuck was he in there? And we never even explained it. We didn't even explain why the fuck he was in there. We just had him come in. Why?
Vic's the coolest guy in the room.
Oh, Vic Murphy's in there?
He's got a Stone Cold Steve Austin vest.
He's got syphilis.
He's fucking killing it. Iguanodon.
Iguanodon's posing in the Middle of the ring.
Iguanodon. I can hear the fans.
All the fans are singing it.
Luke.
Motormouth Vaughn.
Ring's starting to fill up here.
It is, but it's all right because Vic's gonna clear it.
I need to see it.
Vic's gonna clear it.
Sam, you haven't entered yet, right?
No.
Dude, you and Dan are coming in right next to each other.
20 and 30.
Is that Sting playing baseball in his shirt?
Oh,
Yes,
wait.
it
Was
is.
Dan W.O. in it? Was Dan W.O. in this one? Maybe we replaced him with Dan W.O. No, Dan W.O. was in it. I don't know why the fuck he was in it. Who wasn't in it that year that he took his place? Because we don't have a promo for that. It's crazy to me. It's fucking with me. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up after the stream's over. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, we're way off track. I don't even know. Oh my goodness. I just saw what time it was. Well, listen.
I'm robbing this bank.
Oh, wait. We had this from Uncle Stinker. Hold on. Uncle Stinker sent this in. We got to take a look at this. This will cleanse our palate. My kids wanted me to ask you about Skylar the Skydiver and why he didn't enter. Did he die at the end of his promo? I told them he was one of the 4 that just had to get cut to make it a 30. Well, no, because he's dead. No, he's dead. I don't know if we made that clear, but he's dead, and then Todd Campbell, self-selected out. But yeah, he did die. He's a dead man. You ain't going to see that piece of shit ever again.
I'm robbing this bank. Don't draw attention to yourself.
Me? You're wearing a mask, bro.
Shh, remain calm and do as I say, and your kids will see you again tonight.
I don't have kids.
Your wife will see you again tonight.
I'm not married.
Your girlfriend will see you again tonight.
I'm gay.
Be sad if your boyfriend was left alone tonight.
I'm single.
If you want to live to see another day, then you
Don't care.
I will hurt everybody in here, you know?
Be my guest. Yo, Tristan.
Yo,
Check this out. He's robbing us.
that's so cool, man. You got a gun? Is that a gun? Shoot me. Shoot me. Right here. Come on, man. Shoot me.
You guys are messed up.
You're too soft for a robber.
You think robbers can't be soft?
No, they can be soft.
They can be hard, too.
Yeah, they can't. Pause. Yo, you hear that, Tristan?
You hard, man? So that's not a gun, huh?
I'm not. Listen, just go empty the safe, and you'll be safe.
Blood thinks I have the keys to the safe. He thinks we have the keys to the safe.
That's hilarious, bro.
Hey, can I put you on my story? I've just never been robbed before.
Yo, tag me, bro.
I'm robbing this.
I don't know. It was okay. It was mid. Dadderall should have won. Well, he didn't win. He did not perform. In fact, he performed worse this year than he did the first year. He didn't have it. He didn't have it in him. Didn't have the heart. He was all cock, no heart. That's the problem. You got to have a little bit of heart in there. You can't be all cock. Just saying. There's a little give and take. This Doug Palumbo thing, though, is really driving me crazy. I don't know why. Somebody entered that year. Steve Skunker? Did he replace Steve Skunker? He had to replace Steve Skunker. No, he was in it too. God damn it. God, this is going to haunt me. This is going to fucking haunt me now. No, Nunman replaced Todd Campbell. That's the thing. Nunman replaced him. So somebody else. I don't know who it is. I have to cross-reference it. I'd have to go through each and every one. But I don't want to do that for the rest of the night. I've already dragged this out long enough. Well, I do appreciate, Max Rebo, I do appreciate all the work that you put in for this. And me and Bobby are going to go over this. There's definitely a lot to... Because I want to do some more compilations of things and break this down, but this is great. This is a great help here. And we have the hard files here, so I can actually send him these tomorrow. So you can make some changes. Or make some notes, not make changes. It's asking me to make changes. I don't want to make changes. Don't make changes. The Snowball Park Center? Snowball Park. Oh, I just closed that one. Damn it. I think he did, though. I'll have to go through it later. I'll go through it later. Both the canines were in there. I saw that. That was the first thing I went to. I took a look at that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, listen, I think we covered a lot of ground today. We're back into the grind. We explored a few things. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be bringing back something that we haven't done in quite a while. Obviously, we're going to find number one story again, but we're going to bring something back. It's going to be a fun little game for us to play tomorrow. Is going to be the goal. But hold on a sec. And I think we're gonna I got something planned for tomorrow. I do want to hold on, let me make note of something here real quick. Plus we have an advice day, we have a little game tomorrow we're gonna go through. Obviously, yeah, get the if you need some advice, some father figure advice, there's a form there. People have been submitting to it. Get in on that. Because I think I can help. Put your tiny hand in mine and I will guide you to where you need to be. And then there was one other thing. Oh, son of a bitch, where did it go? Okay. I think it's time we can wrap up here. Sorry, I had to take care of a little bit of biz. But before we depart for the day, I will be back tomorrow. But before we do that, I feel that we could really summarize today. We accomplished a lot. We found the number one story for the day. We were able to go through some of the Rumble stats that just happened this weekend. There's so many, and I have so many questions that I need to answer. I need to parse through these. I need to pour through these numbers to really put together, because there's a narrative there. There's a hero's journey buried in those numbers, and I just need to get through a little bit more of that. The goal tomorrow is to be on about the same time, maybe slightly later, probably closer to 7, because I do have to leave the house. So I should be back and be ready to go by 7 o'clock. But I think it would be wrong of us to leave and just not acknowledge the lessons that we were able to walk away with today. Okay? There are some things that we know we can confidently walk away with today. If someone were to ask you, hey, what did you learn today? There are a few things. So if I were to go and give you my final thoughts on the whole thing, on everything we've talked about today, there are some standout moments. Top of mind, if I were to summarize this and give you my final thought, I'd say, first of all, that life is full of choices, some good and some not so much. There's one thing we can all agree on, though. It's that certain actions have consequences. So let's set the record straight. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you've killed a bear, either by accident or on purpose, brainworm or not, don't leave it in Central Park or any park for that matter as a prank. There are better ways to handle your problems. And speaking of the past, nostalgia can definitely be a tricky thing. Be tempted to go down these journeys of nostalgia, and we love to relive those good times, but not everything needs a comeback. Old bands don't need to reunite. Artists don't need to always put out a new album. Some moments are perfect the way they were, and dragging them into the present only risks tarnishing their legacy. Let the past stay golden, please. Please. Now, on another note, when it comes to information, we all have our sources. Some people watch Fox News, some people watch CNN, some people go on Twitter. Some trust books, some trust experts, and then there's me. I think we've learned today that I'll pretty much believe anything if it's presented to me on TikTok with the right music and the right background image. No matter how morbid, weird, or outlandish it is, if I see it with a dramatic voiceover and a few quick cuts, it's gospel. I'm a sucker, I know. And finally, let's give credit where it's due. Some heroes fight battles. Some make history. And then there's Max Rebo, a legend in his own right, tracking every stat from not just the 2025, but the 2024, the 2023, 22, 21, 64-Bit Legends Rumble. That's dedication. That's commitment. That's what being a true champion is all about. So as we talk about all the stats and all the winners, that's the big winner right there, Mac Rebo. So as we move forward, let's make better choices, embrace the present, and always appreciate the heroes, whether they're rocking out in a galaxy far, far away like Astro Dynamo, or crunching numbers for the sake of history like Max Rebo. And lastly, please take care of yourselves and each other. I think if we walk away with that, today has been a hell of an accomplishment. And I feel better, and I hope you do as well. Miles, gear up for a raid, because I got to go to the gym. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Actually, I got to cook dinner, then I got to go to the gym. But I feel today has been a very, very good day. I don't know who's on Twitch or on Kick. We got to do a Kick raid. Let's just see what the Kick host. And it's a pain because they don't give you like a little thing. Who do I follow anybody on Kick that's on? Just Jono TV. I remember that guy. He was so pumped when we hosted him. I think that'd be a nice thing to do, unless there's a better suggestion. I think we could do that. Let's go host. How do I spell it? That guy was super pumped. Lotus Juggler on the Twitch side. I could take a look. Yeah, let's see if he's... Let me take care of the kick side first. Again, unless there's a better option, but I think that guy was very positive. Watch, he turned really dark. All of a sudden, he starts getting really crazy and shit. All right, you said Lotus Juggler? Is he on? Let me scroll through. Let me do a little scroll-areens. I have no clue what's happening on my channel right now. Oh, yeah, you got your 24/7 deal. Yeah, Lotus Juggler's on. It's okay. Well, we go say hi to him. Let's say hi to him. I think he rated me the other night. I think it'd be great if we rated him. I think he'd love it. I think he'd appreciate it. Before we do that, though, I truly do appreciate all you guys hanging out this evening. I appreciate everybody that came out for the Rumble, helping us find a number one story. We're going to continue doing that this week. We're going to be on a bit of an earlier schedule, like I said. I think definitely today and Mondays and Fridays, we could definitely start a little bit earlier like this. I always shoot for 5:30, 6 o'clock. I think Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we're going to be looking at 7:30. We'll be doing this. And we definitely have some other activities to do outside of just that too. I think I have something planned every single day except for Friday. So don't you worry. I just checked. It's Mac. It's Mac and me. Oh, great. So yeah, but I do appreciate everybody hanging out here, supporting the channel, all the channels that we're on, Kick and Twitch and YouTube, and obviously go wherever you feel comfortable. Twitch is the better one, obviously, for different reasons. But that's my goal. I want to leave you with this too, that my goal now, between now and March, is we're going to make improvements to all the channels in little ways. That's my project, as we don't have a big project to do. We're going to make some smaller improvements, maybe some more emotes, huh? Maybe I'll add more than just one every 3 years. What do you think about that? But yeah, to really put it simply, I guess I could just say that if you were to throw a party, right? The biggest gift always would be from me, and the card would, of course, say, thank you for being a friend. So thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow, about 7 o'clock. Let's go say hi to, if you're over on Kick, we'll go say hi to this guy, Just Jono TV. He was a super positive guy. Hopefully he didn't go dark on us. And we'll say hi to Lotus Juggler over on Twitch. Okay? We'll start up that raid, and we'll start up this host. I don't know if the host worked. It didn't look like it did. Of course, why would it? There we go. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.